The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Across the 20, trying to find a seam, and he does! He brings it up to 50, the 45, they're trying to catch him. I don't know if they will. The 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wayne Hill. Brian Ogden takes his second half kickoff into the end zone. Wayne with a great fake, he faked me out, makes a move, and he's in. Hill sitting back in a prevent defense. Logan Chuck rolls left, throws over the middle, picked off by Matt the block as time ticks down now.
Wayne Hills 35, Pascack
2-0. Wayne Hills wins the game by a final score of 35-0.
As we begin each telecast of the remaining games this season, we will be taking a look back on what has become a remarkable journey of excellence for these Patriots. Let us continue the journey tonight with a look back at 2007.
Papa hands it up to DeSico, makes a spin move, runs down the right side, trying to pick up a block downfield. Good block there by Jail. It's into the end zone. Touchdown. Good ball. And it's going to be intercepted by Rodney Treese. Treese has a cakewalk into the end zone. And Treese brings it in for the touchdown.
Ogden split right eye formation for the Patriots. Marsh in the backfield. Jim Papa back to pass. Looks lost out of the field. As pass is complete. Kyle into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown on this play. Jim Papa sends Carlton to the end of the line of scrimmage. And around to Marson. Marson dives into the end zone. He gets in for the touchdown. Oh my goodness, folks, what a fly back to pass, receives pressure from Waller, and he's gonna be sacked by Tim Waller. From the 26-yard line, G Papa back to pass, throws it down the field, complete to Kale, but it is actually picked up there by Kale, runs down the field. Oh my goodness, they.
Hello and welcome to an ice-cold Patriot Stadium, where your undefeated Wayne Hills Patriots will put their 50-game winning streak on the line tonight against the Pascack Valley Indians in tonight's North 1 Group 3 state semifinal. I am joined on the field by Michael Botwinick and Jordan Kessel. Guys, how excited are you to be on the field for such a big game tonight?
Well, I'm really excited. I mean, this is my last Wayne Hills football game in Patriot Stadium, and the Wayne Hills football team is looking great, looking like they're going to continue their winning streak and hopefully go on to win a Wayne state championship.
Well, you know, I'm excited. We're down here so we can get close to the action. You know, I know a lot of people over at Pascack Valley, and they've been talking up a lot of steam for their football program. So I'm excited to see how both teams come out and play today, and hopefully we'll see Wayne Hills come out and play well, and I'll be able to talk back to those people.
Now, guys, I'm not going to lie. It is absolutely freezing out here. Temperatures in the low 30s. We'll be dipping into the 20s tonight. Strong 20, 30-mile-an-hour wind out here. How do you think tonight's weather will affect the game?
Well, I think it's definitely going to affect the passing game. You know, when players start getting tight, they're not able to run their routes as crisply, and also balls tend to drop off hands when they're cold. So I think you're going to see a big dose of the running game today for the Patriots, especially set the big game from Ronnie Drees, and I think he'll have a big game and lead the Patriots to victory.
See, not only is it extremely cold out here, but the wind is also blowing like crazy. It's hard for a quarterback to adjust when the wind gusts are changing so frequently. So beyond not being able to feel the ball, it's hard to judge the passes to the receivers. It's hard for them to get the grip to make accurate passes, hard to judge them, and hard for the receivers to catch them. And that formula leads to a lot of running.
Now, in Week 6 of the season, Wayne Hills played this Pascack Valley team and won 35-0. Now, the score looks convincing, but in the first half, it was 0-0. It was a scoreless game at halftime. And if I remember correctly, in Week 6 of the season, it was in a very cold night then, too. And Wayne Hills threw the ball just 12 times, Quinn just 12 passing attempts. Do you expect Wayne Hills to air it out more tonight, or due to the weather, run the ball?
Well, I think they're going to run the ball a lot more, but 12 passes is not a lot, especially for this Wayne Hills offense, which likes to air it out. I expect a few more than 12, but not much. I expect a heavy dose of the running game today.
See, I love the Wayne Hills running game. I love it. I also love the Pascack Valley running game. The quarterbacks aren't the strong points for these teams. It's the running backs, and when your running back is the best position of your team, you have to just take it and run by it. You got to run the ball the whole day. You can't put the game on the quarterback in these weather conditions.
Now, you mentioned Pascack Valley's running game, Jordan, and Kevin Rems, the running back from Pascack Valley, is a bull. He runs up the middle. They run between the tackles a lot. How do you think he will come out in this game, and will Wayne Hills' interior defense be able to slow him down? Because he had a big game in their first matchup this year.
Well, I think Wayne Hills will be very cautious of him. I think they're going to pull up some safeties and put him in the box and hopefully contain him. Expect Matt to block to play a lot in the running game. Expect Ryan Adorno to push up a little bit, and Tuminello down, the big man in the middle for Wayne Hills defense. Expect him to have a big game today because I think Wayne Hills is really going to shut down the running game today.
See, I love the way that Pascack Valley runs the ball, but I have to be a little scared today. Wayne Hills prepares better than any other program in the state for their football games, and they've already played against this team once already this year. They've seen everything. Pascack Valley has to come up with something different than just running the ball straight up the middle. They have to try to work the outside a little bit more, and they got to give Wayne Hills something they might not expect.
In the second half of their first matchups in this season, it was 0-0 at halftime, like I mentioned, and Brian Ogden came out in the second half and just went off on Pascack Valley, scoring 3 touchdowns and leading the Patriots to victory. Now, you would think Pascack Valley is going to key in on Ogden tonight. Will that open it up for other Patriot players to have a big night?
Well, I think it will open it up for players. Just Justin Horahan, who's great speed and great possession wide receiver. I think he'll have a big game, but I don't think that Brian Ogden will be shut down enough today to. I think they'll shut him down today.
Well, when the priority for a Patriots offense is to run the football, you can't put double coverage on Brian Ogden. You can't get help in the secondary for Horahan and Ogden. You got to keep up. So if Hills decides that, passing the ball is a better option, there's no way of stopping Brian Ogden. As long as Quinn does a good job the way that I think he can put the ball where he wants to, when he wants to, there's no way of shutting down Brian Ogden.
So, guys, obviously big game, a lot of nerves, tension. Which team is going to come out with more intensity tonight, and predictions for tonight's game?
Well, I definitely think Wayne Hills will come out with more intensity. They really they feel a great urge to keep up their winning streak, their amazing winning streak, and I really don't think there's any way that Wayne Hills can lose this game. They're going to a state championship, in my opinion.
From watching the games all year, I've seen that Hills does a good job not overlooking the other team, but you can also see, the visitors coming to Patriot Stadium with a little bit of fire in their eyes. They're out to get the best. The Patriots have known nothing but winning. They're a little more accustomed to coming out and just taking care of business. As far as getting excited and trying to do as much as they can, I think that goes to Pascack Valley. But in the end, I think Hills takes the game when they come out in the end of the first quarter into the second half and dominate the game.
Now, a lot of people expect Wayne Hills to win this game, but I think they are going to win, but I think it's going to be a lot tougher than people think because Pascack Valley is a veteran crew. They have a ton of experience on their team, very solid defense. I think they're going to be able to limit Wayne Hills to under 30 points for the first time all year for Wayne Hills. They have great weapons on offense. We mentioned Rems, Tommy Cora, who plays receiver, quarterback, even gets some handoffs from the backfield. I think Logan Chuck, the quarterback, will have a better game tonight, and their defense will be able to keep it close. But I think, this is Wayne Hills. They're an excellent football team every year. I say Wayne Hills wins by a score of 24-14. That's my prediction. So now we're going to meet the announcers for tonight's game, Dan Cohen, Brian Dubow, and Sean Yu.
John, Jordan, Mike, thanks for that. I'm Dan Cohen alongside Sean Yu and Brian Dubow. Well, it's a cold night here at Patriot Stadium, and in all likelihood, tonight's North 1 Group 3 semifinal matchup between the Wayne Hills Patriots and Pascack Valley Indians will most likely be the final game at Patriot Stadium this year. Well, tonight's game is supposed to be a good one. Pascack Valley is a strong team that beat Paramus pretty good in their first quarterfinal matchup. When PV played Wayne Hills earlier in the season, it was 0-0 at halftime. So PV can play with Wayne Hills, but Wayne Hills is still definitely the favorite. So, Brian, let's get right into it. Key players for tonight, who do you got?
My key player for tonight is easily Ronnie Dries. Pascack Valley has a lot of veteran linemen, and they're going to be bringing the pressure to Mike Quinn. Plus, it's a cold night. It's going to be hard for him to pass, not feeling his fingers. So I think Ronnie's really going to have to step up tonight. He's lacking a little bit on the stats compared to Rems on the other side with Pascack Valley, but I still think he's underestimated due to his size and his stats. So let's not forget, he missed the first half of the season. So my key player for tonight is definitely going to have to be Ronnie.
And my key player for tonight is Mike Waller. He has to stop the run offense for Pascack Valley with Kevin Rems, the best player for Pascack Valley, the running back. Mike Waller has to do the same thing he did last week, completely shut down the run offense for Pascack Valley. You know, Mike Waller came through the line very good last week. He sacked the quarterback a couple times, had a big hit on the running back on a halfback screen. So if Mike Waller continues to do the same thing, Wayne Hills would definitely win this game, and if the rest of the defense helps him stop the run, Wayne Hills definitely has this game in sights.
Well, last time Wayne Hills saw PV this season, the final score was 35-0 Wayne Hills. Brian, what do you think is going to happen tonight?
Tonight, I'm seeing a similar game. I'm not seeing 0-0 at halftime, but I think the Patriots will come away with it in the end. I'm seeing like 42-7 Patriots.
You know what? 42-7 is a little bit too much. I'm calling 35-14 because Pascack Valley has the offensive firepower to score. So I feel that they have enough power to score 14 points on the Patriots defense. So my score is 35-14 in favor of the Patriots.
Well, it's that time of week again. Let's see what junior quarterback Mike Quinn had to say this week on Outside the Pocket.
I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. 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 I got soul, but I'm not a soldier.
November 21st means one thing for the Wayne Hills Patriots, a chance for their 51st win and an invitation to the state championship. Good evening and welcome to Outside the Pocket. I'm Brian Dubow, joined by Mike Quinn as always. Now Mike, last week was round one of the playoffs. You guys defeated West Milford, no problem. But earlier on in the regular season, you guys played PV. They were probably your biggest opponent. It was 0-0 going into halftime. A lot of people were worried. Do you think they're going to be a new team coming out now?
No, they're definitely not going to be a new team. It's going to be like the same old team. I know they're still going to have their same old players, but I also know for a fact that one of the players is out with a broken leg, who was a main contributor. The really only reason it was 0-0 at halftime was because they stopped a couple drives for us and they built up their momentum. You know, we couldn't face that. That's why at halftime we came out with a big play, the big touchdown return for our kickoff, and you know, we just had them on their backs.
Now you guys are facing the best running back you've seen this season, hands down. He's a really talented kid. How much is PV going to rely on him rather than go to the pass game?
Definitely. I think our D-backs are doing a really good job this year, so I think they're going to rely on number 25, their running back, a lot. You know, he's a great running back. He's really fast. You can see all the little gaps, and I think we're going to have to shut those gaps with our linebackers and our D-line.
Now, so far in the playoffs, it's been full of upsets. We've only had one round, but there was a lot of upsets. On the other side of town, Wayne Valley lost to Sparta first round, 14-10. And then Ramapo, who a lot of people were saying that you would see in the States, they lost to Lakeland 7-0. So a lot of people are saying now you might see Lakeland. How much of a chance is there that you'll be upset this game and lose to PV?
Well, I hope there's no chance, and I know that there's no chance that we're going to lose. I'm really sad that Wayne Valley and Ramapo both lost. I wanted to see them play and see who would do better and come out on top.
Not tonight, obviously. You guys normally, last week, Ronnie had 3 touchdowns in his running game, but sometimes you go back to your passing game. You broke a few school records last week. What's the key to victory for tonight's game?
Definitely the key to victory was to beat them with our running game. Last time we played them, Ronnie stepped up a lot on the second half. You know, ran all over them. Well, actually, I punched in a couple scores when he brought us all the way down to the other side of the field. But I think he's going to have to do a great job. Our offensive line is going to have to do a great job, and our defensive line is going to have to do a great job to stop number 25. Also, our linebackers are going to have to pay a big contribution. Ryan DiDurno, he's going to be a great player today.
All right, Mike, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight. Hopefully we'll see you in the States next week. That's all the time for this segment Outside the Pocket. We'll see you next time.
3rd and 5, 40 Indians from their own 37-yard line. Bly rolls out to the right side of the field, getting pressured by Drake As the pass is intercepted by Jeremiah Kale. Kale to the 40. Does that to right side of the field. He's got blocking downfield to the 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Patriots. Jeremiah Kale, his 10th interception of the season, takes it back for a touchdown as the Patriots take a 6-0 lead.
Assigned to this game are members of the New Jersey Football Officials Association. The rules governing this game are the National Federation of High Schools Football Rules. These rules are different from rules used in college and professional football. The officials in tonight's game: the referee, Owen Morris; the umpire, Bob Eaton; the linesman, George Wagner; the line judge, Ken Gillespie; the back judge, Bill Reef; the clock operator, Pat Passaro. And ladies and gentlemen, let us first introduce the Pascack Valley Indian Football Squad. And now for the starting lineup for the Wayne Hills Patriots. Here are their starting defensive team. At defensive end, number 59, Paul Drake, number 59. At defensive tackle, number 64, Nick Tuminello, number 64. At defensive tackle, number 55, Ryan Salerno, number 55. At defensive end, number 86, Brian Dickman, number 86. At linebacker, number 5, Brian Ogden, number 5. At linebacker, number 45, Ryan DiDerno, number 45. At linebacker, number 8, Mike Waller, number 8. At linebacker, number 13, Albert Falzarano, number 13. At cornerback, number 23, Ronnie Drees, number 23. At safety, number 80, Matt DeBlock, number 80. And at cornerback, number 14, Justin Horahan.
Thank you. Guys, get ready. Guys. Jesus. Hello. Announcers.
Wayne Hills. It's the ball, a Mike ball, attractive back, and avocado bag. On these states, I'm back to work out my hands like my band. Joe Russo, we do it trying, do it catching time, Viviano. It's our duty, yo, to block cats out the backfield. Like the Dirto and Paluccio. Mark Romeo, freezing the bin, Justin H. Got the game before it even begins. Ronnie Drees is a beast, every run to the end zone. QB's catching hit from James Stone. Jay Silverman back in the line, Brian Dickman putting through got some time, Matt Williams snap the ball, getting it going, Rachel Darvinelli keeping it flowing, Adam A all day, leave the food in the stuff, but hit them bridge lock in the back of the bus, Chris had the BG and stay hotter than a fever. Break through the line with Anthony Vittas, 71 on the O-line, Mikey P, Mr. Swag in the back, shoot from loosely at the chance, and Young Joe swinging it back, left by Olsen and the rest of the Patriots pack.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now please rise for the playing of our national anthem by the Pascack Valley Indian Marching Band.
Welcome back, everybody, to Patriot Stadium. I'm Dan Cohen here alongside my announcing partners, Sean Yu and Brian Dubow. Well, guys, we're just moments away from kickoff, and one of the big intangibles tonight is going to be the weather. It's a really cold night here at Patriot Stadium, by far the coldest we've had thus far this season. Brian, let me ask you first, what do you think the cold weather, how is it going to affect tonight's game?
I think the weather will have an effect to a certain extent. However, the Patriots are used to playing in inclement weather. They've played various games in the rain. They know that they can't rely on the weather to help their game. So obviously the weather, it's pretty cold out. It's going to be hard for Quinn to get some balls off. It's really cold. And I mean, as far as tackles, they're going to sting a lot more. I think they're going to fall back on the running game, as I said in the pregame, and Ronnie's going to be a big factor. But I think they will also pass it, just due to the fact that Quinn is clearly a better quarterback over Pascack Valley with Mike Loganchuk. His stats are just extraordinarily better than his. He has almost 1,000 more yards than the PV quarterback. But overall, I think it's going to be a pretty much running night.
Talking about the weather, you know, if you see every single captain right now of the four are all wearing no sleeves, and that's a sign saying, you know, they're not that cold. If they were cold, they'd be wearing, you know, long sleeves, wearing some Under Armour, but they aren't wearing sleeves, so they're gonna face it out. Hopefully, none of the players get frostbite, but you know, these players will be fine.
Well, you see there, number 5, Brian Ogden, captain wide receiver. He's probably the best Patriot when Wayne Hills went to Hillsdale, New Jersey to play Pascack Valley last time. He really got the Patriots going by opening the second half with a kickoff return for a touchdown. So, guys, what do you think about Ogden's play tonight? How important is it for him to really show that leadership and perform on offense?
You know what? Ogden has been playing great for the past couple games. He's been their real leader, the real offensive scorer. You know, you still have Justin Horahan, who's been catching most of the receptions in the past couple games, but Brian Ogden has still had the leadership to, you know, lead the Patriots to victories. And hopefully tonight Brian Ogden does the same thing, you know, leads the Patriots, leads their offense and defense, and hopefully helps the Patriots out in a big way, and uses his firepower on offense to score a lot of touchdowns. Because the last time the Wayne Hills played PV, it was 0-0 at half. So hopefully it's not like this game. Hopefully Brian Ogden brings some life into the Patriots offense.
When we came into this season, it was pretty clear that Brian Ogden was the primary receiver for Mike Quinn. But when he got that injury and he was out for a few games, Justin Horahan really stepped up. They're both great receivers. They're both leaders. As of right now, Horahan currently leads when it comes to the stats because he has a few more games. I think Ogden will play a big role. I think Horahan will play a big role. There's so much talent on this team. You really can't limit it to one player.
Paul Kohler and Mike DiBartolo are deep to return this kick for PV. Tim Divers, the exceptional junior kicker, will take the opening kickoff here in this North 1 Group 3 semifinal matchup as we're just about ready to get underway here from Patriot Stadium. The kick's going to be fielded at the 5 by Kohler. Kohler goes up the middle, and he's going to be taken down at about the 27-yard line, so the Indians will have decent field position for this opening drive.
Mike Waller and Tim
And hopefully Wayne Hill stops them on defense on this first drive, because past couple games, they've let up a touchdown on first offensive drive for the opposing team. So hopefully Wayne Hill's plays strong and the line stays up against Kevin Rims.
Number 6, Mike Loganchuk, starts under center for PV at quarterback. The opening play is a handoff to Kevin Rems, as Rems is taken down after a gain of 1 or 2.
One thing I want to point out is PV has been exceptional this year. They've had one loss in their regular season, which was to Wayne Hill, so that has to leave some bitterness with them. So they're probably coming out tonight looking for some hard hits on them and trying to repay them a little bit for the suffering they caused them. There was really the only close game that PV had all season and the only loss they had.
Mike Loganchuk.
2nd and 7 for the Indians. Play action. Loganchuk's going to roll to his left. He throws, and he completes that to number 33, Justin Merberg. And guys, coming to this game, Merberg has been the most improved player for the PV Indians. In the preseason, they said he came into camp bigger and stronger, and he really helps out Kevin Rems at running back. You saw there, he really split out and made a nice play there to get the first down.
And he really is Pascack Valley's second option, and hopefully Wayne Hills can see that and stop him from getting any big gains.
I formation behind Loganchuk. The handoff is to Rems. Tries to cut it back, but he can't escape the Patriots defense and gains maybe 6.
The Patriots is known this season for their big D line, so hopefully tonight they could step up and shut down Kevin Rems. I mean, he had an extraordinary season. He's really the only thing that's a threat to these Patriots tonight, so the key is to really shut him down.
Matt DeBlock, number 80, made that tackle for the Patriots. 2 wide receivers split to the bottom. The handoff is to Rems up the middle. No gain there, so it's going to be 3rd and 4.
And when you watch Kevin Rems run, he's not much of an explosive back. He doesn't have that speed and agility like most running backs do. As we saw in a couple past games against Fairlawn, their running backs were very quick and had very good acceleration. But Kevin Rems is a very slow but powerful running back. I remember last game against PV, he would truck some of the Wayne Hills defenders. So hopefully Wayne Hills does a good job at gang tackling in today's game.
The handoff is to Rems, up the middle, and he's not going to have enough to convert on 3rd down. So it'll be 4th and 4 for the Indians.
Rems again on the carry.
And the personnel is changing, so it's going to be a punt. So Patriots do a good job on that first drive to stop the Indians' offense.
This is what the Patriots see game after game. Normally, a typical first drive for the Patriots is, even if they win the coin toss, they defer, and then they shut them down on the first drive, and then they get the ball back and score. So we'll see if the Patriots are able to capitalize on this field position.
And hopefully it's not a fake, because we've seen a couple fakes in the past games.
Ben Goldstein to take the punt. Brian Ogden is ready to return it. And it's going to bounce and settle pretty much at the 15-yard line. So, I'm sorry, the 25-yard line. So the Patriots will open up with similar field position to the field position that PV started with. So we'll see how junior quarterback Mike Quinn will do on his first drive in this semifinal game.
1st and 10, Patriots on the 26.
Quinn comes into this game with a staggering 16 touchdown to 3 interception ratio, which is really just phenomenal at this level. Patriots open up with 3 wide receivers. The handoff is to the up man, James Delectus, I believe. Short gain of maybe 1, if any gain at all.
And I'm looking for Wayne Hills, to like slow the drive down a little, because the usual gains, the usual first plays for the Wayne Hills offense is usually 3 plays and they score, 4 plays and they score. It's very explosive. But right now, due to the weather and due to them not seeing the PV defense in a while, I think they're going to slow it down. Have some good efficient plays in this drive.
Lots of personnel on the line. The handoff is to Dries, and Dries goes nowhere as a host of PV Indians take him down either at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. Behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd and long for the Patriots.
We're definitely going to see a pass here, probably a shotgun formation, maybe a screen. The Patriots have run that in the past a lot. They've ran that last week too. And I don't know if it'll be enough for this first down. It's 3rd and 13. It's a lot for a 3rd down in 1 play.
So it'll be 3rd and 13 from their own 23-yard line. Quinn back to pass. Throws and completes to the fullback, Nick Massey. Massey cuts it upfield. And it takes 4 Indians to take him down. Again, though, it won't be enough for the first down, though he did gain back a chunk of the lost yards to help out the punter. So the Patriots will punt on their opening drive.
Number 80.
Pascack Valley knows that Wayne Hills is going to want to run tonight with Ronnie Dries, and as you saw, they keep overloading the line of scrimmage. They put all the players they can up on the line of scrimmage. They bring the pressure and brought Ronnie down for a negative yard. So then the Patriots go for the pass on the 1 play, and obviously that
high snap goes over the head of Divers. He gets off the punt though. It's a pretty good punt. It's going to have to be fair caught at the 49-yard line. So great job there by Divers to recover from that high snap and gets the punt off. Good job there by Divers.
Yeah, he saved, which would have been a really bad situation for Wayne Hills, because if PV got the ball and tackled Tim Divers, he would have been down around the 5-yard line, about 5 or 10 yard line. That would have not been a situation Wayne Hills have been looking for. But now, it's easier for the defense to try to stop him and try to make PV punt the ball. So hopefully they do on this drive.
Handoff is to Rems up the middle. And he'll go down after a gain of 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Indians inside Patriots territory.
Going back to that lost punt where the Patriots were able to get it off, I think that's where the veteran experience kicks in with Tim Divers. A normal rookie punter might just fall on the ball and be happy that they didn't get a touchdown on the play. Tim Divers was able to stay calm and stay focused, and was able to get the punt off, which could, in the end, those 7 points, if the Patriots stopped him here, could have cost them the game.
3 wide receivers in for PV. They hand it off on the draw to Rems, and Rems goes nowhere as the defensive tackles. Salerno and Avedisian do a great job of clogging up the middle there. That was a potentially dangerous play, as after the draw, there was a lot of room for Rems to run, and the defensive tackles really needed to stop him, or else he could have, broken into a bigger run. Good job there by Avedisian and Salerno.
Yeah, the line is doing a great job, but, that last play, that draw, I really thought Kevin Rems was going to break out for a big game, but Wayne Hills, crunched the line of scrimmage and stopped Kevin Rems from getting anything, completely shut down the offensive line and the running back, Kevin Rems. So hopefully Wayne Hills continues to do that in this game.
So it's going to be 3rd and 8 for Pascack Valley. 4 wide receivers in. Back to pass is Loganchuk, who throws, and that ball's deflected in the air by Brian Ogden. Good job by Ogden. He had the inside path, and Loganchuk passed it to the inside, and Ogden was able to make the play and bat it down. So it'll be 4th and 8.
Yeah, Ogden definitely right there. He thought he could intercept that ball. That's why he was a little down on himself. But, still a good play, still batting the ball down and stopping any big gains for the Pascack Valley Indians.
Ogden and Horahan are deep to return the punt by
Ben Goldstein.
Goldstein.
Will take his second punt of the game. This time, Horahan and Ogden are back for the punt. It's going to be fair caught by Brian Ogden. Well, did the ball drop out? Brian Ogden signaled for the fair catch, but I think he recovered it, so the Patriots will go on offense.
Ogden.
Fortunately for the Patriots, they were able to recover that, but that's where the weather comes into effect. Another thing is, on that last play, it seems Brian Ogden got shooken up a little bit. He was walking pretty slowly back to receive that punt. But that's the weather. That could change a lot of factors in tonight's game, but the Patriots were able to fall on top of that ball.
On the 27-yard line.
So the Patriots will start 2 yards ahead of where they did on their opening drive. Play action. And Mike Quinn is sacked there by number 9, Jimmy
Quinn is
Buchler.
sacked in the backfield by number 9, Jimmy
Tonight's game seems to be a
Buechler.
very physical one based on the first 10 minutes of play. There's been fumbles, there's been high snaps, there's been sacks. I mean, tonight we're in for a pretty good game. Pascack Valley's coming out here. They're impressing me, and I mean, they've only lost once. It's not like any other teams the Patriots have played.
Second and 14.
And whoever was the offensive lineman on that play completely let him through, you know. No, he just ran in with no one around him and got a clean shot on Mike Quinn. And if Wayne Hills doesn't, if Wayne Hills wants to stay in this game, you know, they have to block every single defensive lineman and not make any mistakes like that just there.
So they lost 4 yards on that play as they give this handoff to Ronnie Drees. Short gain, and the Patriots will be left with a 3rd and long.
Ronnie Drees on the carry.
More of the same in this drive, you know. You do a couple runs that don't work, and in this drive, Mike Quinn got sacked. But, you know, hopefully they do a better job at calling plays instead of doing that screen from Nick Massey on that first play, because, you know, the most that play can get is you 5 yards, and hopefully they go in shotgun and throw a deep ball to Brian Ogden or maybe Justin Horahan.
So it's going to be 3rd and 12. Quinn drops back. He throws, and it's incomplete. The pass was intended for Justin Horahan. Horahan would have had to do some running after the catch because the pass didn't reach the marker.
Horahan is
But in the end, it was incomplete, so the Patriots will have to make their second punt of the game. Not much offense so far this game by either team.
Devers is deep to punt.
If the first half goes at this rate, looks like we're going to have another 0-0 halftime like last time we met Pascack Valley in the regular season.
Better snap this time, as Devers has no problem getting the punt off, and it's immediately fair caught there by number 7, Paul Kohler.
A fair catch is signaled by
So
number 7,
the Pascack
Paul
Valley Indians
Kohler.
will start this offensive drive from the 44-yard line.
And because the offensive unit isn't doing as well as they, you know, predicted, hopefully the defense makes a big play. Like the last playoff game against West Milford, you know, Justin Horahan came up big and got a pick 6, which really changed the entire momentum of the game. So hopefully, you know, the defense steps up and gets either a fumble or interception on this play.
Good point, Sean. That pick 6 by Horahan really got the scoring going for the Patriots, and it was on defense. Logan Chuck's back to pass. He throws it complete. Incomplete. Pass was intended to number 7, Kohler. It was in his hands, and he got swung around by Justin Horahan and couldn't hold on to the ball, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Good job there by Justin Horahan to pick up on the short pass. He was able to make a good tackle. He wasn't going for the strip or the fumble. He was going for the tackle, which shows a lot about this Patriots defense. They're going to go for the tackle and help out the team before they try to get a big fumble recovery and go for the big play.
And, you know, either on that drop ball, either he heard footsteps or it's just the cold weather. You know, sometimes when your hands get cold, you really can't feel anything. You really can't feel if the ball's in your hands. So maybe that was the reason he dropped the ball.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for Pascack Valley. They hand it off to Rems as he's tripped up across the 47-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and long now for Pascack Valley.
I give these players so much credit. I mean, we're up here in the booth with 2 jackets on and we're all freezing, complaining about the cold. But these players are down there with just pads on, many of them not wearing Under Armour. I give them a lot of credit being able to play in this and make tackles, Quinn making throws, and Horahan and Ogden making catches.
Yeah, good point, Brian. I'm freezing right now. I don't know how the players are doing it. Short drop by Logan Chuck. He completes his pass. And we'll see where they mark him down. There was a good extra effort there by the receiver as he kind of went back 3 yards, but then gained 2 more yards. And it looks like where the spot is right now, it's going to be short, so it's going to be probably 4th and 1, maybe 4th and inches.
And I think they are going for it as the same offense. I mean, the same unit stays in, so hopefully Wayne Hills does a good job in stopping the line and completely shutting them down.
So the Pascack Valley offense will stay on the field as it's 4th and less than a yard. I would think that they're going to give the ball to Rems, their most talented offensive player, for this 4th down. They give it to the up man, and it doesn't look like he's going to make it as the Wayne Hills Patriots defensive line stops the play at the line and pushes him back. Good job there by the Patriots.
That's just a huge shift of momentum in the Patriots' favor, stopping them on 4th and inches, getting a loss of yards. Now Quinn could take over on the 46-yard line. He's going to have great field position. We'll see if the Patriots could capitalize on this. So far, it's been a defensive battle.
Down, 1st and 10.
So Wayne Hills takes over on downs. 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Hand off to Drees. Drees is tripped up after a gain of 2, so it's going to be 2nd and 8 now for the Patriots.
Ronnie Drees on the carry.
And, hopefully Wayne Hills, changes their playbook a little bit. Maybe do some trick plays, because right now that halfback dive they've been doing isn't working well, because Ronnie Drees gets just shut down by this Pascack Valley defense. But, this is just like the couple games before. Ronnie, it takes him a while to warm up. And once he warms up, he has this big 6-yard gain where he scores and completely changes the way the game is. So hopefully this comes right here, or on this drive especially.
2nd and 7. Quinn looks left and completes to Brian Ogden as he gains maybe 3 yards before he's taken down. So it's going to be a manageable 3rd and 5 upcoming for the Patriots inside Indians territory.
Now with the clock ticking down to 1:20 left in the first quarter, we've seen 2 completed passes from the Patriots so far. It's definitely been a minimal quarter.
3rd and about 4.
So it's going to be 3rd and 4. We'll see what the Patriots do here. Their first attempt on a 3rd down conversion, they threw a screen to Nick Massey. Their second attempt, they threw to Justin Horahan, but it was incomplete. We'll see what they do here. Ryan DeDerno's the fullback right now, not Nick Massey. Brian Ogden, Justin Horahan are in a wide receiver. It's a play action. Quinn rolling to his left. He throws and completes to a wide open Justin Horahan. That ball's actually dropped. Incomplete there. Horahan was wide open but couldn't hold on there. He was right by the 1st down marker. So it's going to be 4th and 5 now.
That was a great job by Mike Quinn, evasing all the defensive pressure and that was just a mishap on the play for Justin Horahan. It happens to everyone. Everyone drops passes, but right there, Mike Quinn did the best he can to get away from the pressure and get the ball off.
It's impressive. I don't know if you guys noticed how Quinn takes such leadership on this offense. As you saw in that last play, he checked, he audibled, then he brought his receivers in to give himself a little bit more blocking. And that's just a veteran experience where he's able to hold the line up a little bit more. Even though the defensive line was able to penetrate, he took a hit after the throw. It's unfortunate that Justin Horahan wasn't able to come away with it.
Touchback in the end zone.
That punt was almost perfect from Tim Divers. High punt. He landed it on the 2-yard line, and unfortunately Tom DeBianca couldn't down it and the ball dribbled over the end over the line. So it's going to be a touchback as the Pascack Valley Indians will start from their own 20-yard line. Hand off to Rems left. And Rems is going to be taken out of bounds after he gains the 1st down.
Kevin Rems
First
on
big
the
run there by
carry.
Kevin Rems of the game as he moves the chains
Ogden
up to
and
the
the
30-yard
block on
line.
the tackle.
Past the 30-yard
1st
line,
down,
actually.
Indians.
This quarter has definitely just been a stalemate. One play after the other, one team getting stopped, the other team getting stopped. So, hopefully Wayne Hill stops Pascack Valley from getting any big plays and completely changes the momentum of the game and just stay strong on this defensive drive.
5 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll see if they get another playoff. And they snap it, but they snap it as the whistle was blown.
Prior to the snap.
That's the end of the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, the score is 0-0, just like it was last time Wayne Hills played Pascack Valley. Brian, what were your thoughts on the opening quarter?
I mean, there wasn't much action. There's not much to say. So far, it's just been the offenses haven't been able to capitalize. It's not very hard to guess what PV's play is going to be next. They're obviously running it with Kevin Rems, which they're allowed to. I mean, he has over 1,500 yards this season, but the Patriots need to understand they just need to shut him down. This quarterback doesn't have a strong arm like Quinn. You just need to wrap up Rems and get him down. So far, I mean, it's scoreless. The Patriots are probably going to go into the half 0-0 again. The Patriots definitely... They've had some catches that didn't go in their favor so far. Hopefully that'll change in the second quarter, but we'll see.
And, all I got to say is this game is freezing, Right now I can barely talk. I'm freezing. There's some parts of my body that have gone numb, and I feel like they've disappeared, but I guess the players are dealing with it well because, even though it's still a stalemate, they don't have Pascack Valley winning right now, so that's good. That's good position for Wayne Hills to just pounce on Pascack Valley and get a big opportunity.
4 down linemen for the Patriots here, with Nick Tuminello playing defensive end on this play. Logan Chuck rolls to his right. He throws and completes to his wide receiver for the first down at the 48-yard line. That was number 80.
The pass is complete to number 80.
One thing I wanted to mention is a few statistics for you. The points per game, the Patriots average is 42, where on the other side of the field, PV's average is 30. It seems that from what we've seen so far, we're not going to have that high of a scoring game, but the Patriots obviously should win this one. They're favored.
First and 10 from the 49-yard line. And we're going to have this play blown dead before it could get started. Flag thrown. We'll see if it's a false start or something of that nature. And PV is moving back immediately, so it probably is some type of false start, illegal formation, illegal shift. We'll wait to see what the call is.
False start.
False start against the Indians.
So it is a false start on Pascack Valley. That'll set them back 5 yards. So replay first down, but instead of first and 10, it'll be first and 15. Bueller and Kohler, the wide receivers in for Pascack Valley. One tailback. They fake it to Rems, and they hand it off there to number 22. I'm sorry.
Justin Merberg on the carry.
Justin Merberg, number 33, got the handoff. Good job there by the Wayne Hills defense to stop him before he could gain any of the yards back that they lost.
Tuminello, number 64,
so far, this second quarter is going in the Patriots' favor. They have that penalty, which brings PV back, and then they have this minimal gain. Great job there by Nick Tuminello to stuff the holes.
And, the line has been playing great today. Kevin Rems, their Pascack Valley's best player, hasn't been doing well. He's completely been shut down, so Wayne Hills definitely has to be confident.
Lots of Patriots in the box for this play. We'll see if they go blitz. And the passer is thrown as he throws, and that ball ends up in the hands of Kevin Rems as it was deflected by the block. And Rems goes all the way for the touchdown. No, they mark him down at the half-yard line. He knocked over the pylon, but they didn't give him the touchdown. And it looks like Rems is seriously injured, actually, as he's writhing in pain. But going back to that play, that was kind of intriguing. The quarterback, Logan Chuck, was hit as he threw. The block deflected it, and it ended up in the hands of Rems. Look what I found. And in the end, the block recovered and made the tackle on Rems. Either way, the ball will be spotted on the 1-yard line, first and goal for the Indians.
There's two players for PV that were shook up after that play. Mike Loganchuk, who took a huge hit by Paul Drake, I believe, and then obviously Kevin Rems, who had that big reception. The Patriots, they just didn't finish off that play. The block had the tip, and unfortunately, the Patriots just stopped playing. The ball wasn't on the ground yet, and he was able to come away with the long reception.
First and goal from the 1. Loganchuk hands it off to Rems as he hops up. Actually, that's... Now, Nick Tuminello has the ball, and then it gets stripped again. So we'll see what the call is here, because they're giving it to the Patriots. So the Wayne Hills Patriots make a huge stop on their own goal line. Wow. So Nick Tuminello takes a fumble. It gets stripped out of Tuminello's hands, and Albert Falzarano falls on it. Big time stop there by the Wayne Hills defense.
And like I said before, the defense has to step up because the offense hasn't been. And right now, that play just completely changed the way the game is going to turn out. Pascack Valley had a chance to score, had a chance to take the lead, and now the Patriots completely just shut everything down, and hopefully the offense now can turn things around and get a score on offense.
I just can't say enough about the Patriots' defense. I mean, it seemed that PV was going to be the first to strike blood with that touchdown, but the Patriots luckily got the spot at the 2-yard line. Nick Tuminello, I can't say enough about him. He was able to deliver a hard hit, come away with the fumble, but then unfortunately that got stripped, and Albert Falzarano comes away with the big play.
Handoff is Idris as he dives forward and he gains a couple of yards. And going back to that play, that could be, in the end, a huge shift of momentum, as it seemed for sure that the Indians were going to score. They had possibly 4 times to just try to run in for 1 yard. And on the first try, the Patriots took the ball away. So, right there you see the loss of Rems. That was not Rems who got injured in the last play. That was the backup, number 33, Justin Merberg. You wonder if that had something to do with the fact that it's not their key player, their number 1 running back. And maybe the inexperience of Merberg, maybe Rems wouldn't have fumbled that ball. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. Play action. Quinn rolling to his right. Throws and completes to Ryan DiDurno, the fullback. And DiDurno's still on his feet, as that player couldn't take him down by the ankles. Good job there by DiDurno.
Yeah, great play by DiDurno. But going back to that last play, if it wasn't for Albert Falzarano who jumped on the ball, this game could have completely been turned around. Pascack Valley could have scored on that next play. And, if Albert Falzarano didn't jump on that ball, this would have been a completely different game. So, thank God for him. And right there, Ryan DiDurno showing his strength. He's a defensive player first, but, he is a great offensive player. He has great skills. And right there, he just broke through a couple tackles to get the extra 2 yards.
So it's going to be 3rd and 2. And we're going to have a neutral zone infraction, I believe, on PV, which would give the first down to the Patriots. But we'll see if that neutral zone infraction was caused by the Patriots. It's not. It is indeed offsides, so the Wayne Hills Patriots will get a free first down and move the sticks without having to do any work.
Personally, right now, I'd like to see the Patriots go with a bomb to Justin Horahan or Brian Ogden. They need to get something going. They need to light some kind of fire on this offense. The defense did their part. They got the fumble. They stopped them on the goal line. So we got to see if the Patriots offense can respond right now.
The 19-yard line.
They hand it off to Dries as he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Good penetration there by the PV defense.
And right now, PV's defense is playing a great job, especially on the line. So I would look for this. I would look for Quinn to, throw some bombs, like you said, Brian, and Justin Horn, or maybe Brian Ogden. Right now, the passing game definitely has to step up because the running game is getting shut down completely. So hopefully, maybe it's a little middle post to, Brian Dickman, who the defenders might not look as highly because they think he's, a blocking tight end. But, he can catch, and he's shown it, getting a couple touchdowns, average of 60.17 yards. So, hopefully Wayne Hills passes here and gets a good pass right here.
Empty backfield for the Patriots. The toss is to DiBianca as he cuts it back and breaks through, running down the left side of the field. DiBianca has blazing speed and no one to beat, as Tom DiBianca is going to take it all the way for the touchdown. Huge play there as Tom DiBianca took the toss and did all the work himself. Great job there by DiBianca to make the score 6-0.
Tom DiBianca has been a surprisingly big part of the Patriots offense so far in the year. You've had Ryan Dries, you've had Brian Nally, now here's Tom DiBianca. Before this game, Tom's average per run was 25 yards, which is outstanding for a running back, and it obviously goes up there with about a 75-yard touchdown run.
And Tom, he shows his track speed there. I remember me and Dan were talking before the game about how fast he really is. When you see him on the field, he really is that fast. He's a good track star. He runs the 200-meter, and he's very good at that also. But Tom is like the Felix Jones of the Wayne Hills Patriots offense. He gets those big plays, those big game-changing plays, using his skills, using his speed to, get those plays. But that was a great play by Tom DiBianca.
So, yeah, Sean, that was a really tremendous play there by DiBianca. Really showed his speed as he got the toss. And, you know, had a lot of players to get by, and he really not with that much blocking, kind of just did it on his own and flew down the left sideline. Forrest Gump-esque, guys. He kind of just did it all himself. I mean, you really can't say enough about that. You know, speed is something that you're born with. You don't learn speed. Speed's an intangible, and you know, it's great that he has something like that.
And you know, Thomas told me that he gets tired quickly. You know, when he runs those big plays, you know, juking those defenders. And I remember on one of the returns, I believe against Fairlawn, you know, he told me he just completely got shut down, completely got tired. But right there, he showed no tiredness there. You know, he completely played his heart out and ran his heart out on that play, and that was a great play by Tom DiBianca.
Kick by Divers.
So Divers will take this kick. It'll be fielded at the 11-yard line there by DiBertolo, as he's hit hard there at the 26-yard line. Good job there by the kick coverage team for the Patriots.
We'll see if the Patriots defense can get another turnover and hopefully increase this lead to 14-0 before the half ends.
First and 10 Indians.
So we'll see how Pascack Valley does on this offensive drive. We'll see how they recover from that shift of momentum. Handoff is going to be stopped after a loss of yards. That wasn't Rems, so Kevin Rems is still not in the game. I'm not 100% sure who took that run, but it certainly wasn't Rems. It was Corey Kaiser who took the run.
Ryan DiDerno
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 as there was no gain there.
on the tackle.
Handoff is to Kaiser, as Kaiser does a good job there to get close to the first down marker. We'll see if he has enough for the first down.
And you know, with Rems out, Corey Kaiser's definitely done a good job of, you know, filling in for him, other than that fumble in the end zone. But you know, he's been doing a good job. Kevin Rems, their best player, is definitely unfortunate that he is injured for this game, and Wayne Hills should definitely take advantage of that. Maybe rip the ball out of his hands and hopefully, you know, force some turnovers.
So that was a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Pascack Valley, as they hand it off again to Kaiser, and Kaiser does another good job there running, gets another first down.
Kaiser again on the carry.
As if PV didn't have enough to worry about. They got their star player who they run almost every play. Kevin Rems, he gets injured. But it seems right now that their replacement is really stepping up. He's just had 2 productive runs in a row.
Down, Indians.
We'll see if PV, this
this
disaster could turn into a miracle.
Yeah, right now Kaiser's doing better than Rems was doing when he was in the game. They hand it off again. And another solid run there by Kaiser. You know, this is really amazing. You know, Kevin Rems was having extreme difficulties running the ball, and all of a sudden Kaiser is just running through the defense.
You know, a reason I think that, you know, Kaiser's definitely doing a lot better is because, you know, he is a more explosive back. You know, he's a more faster back than Kevin Rems compared to that slow Jerome Bettis-esque type of running game. So maybe Wayne Hills didn't expect that and just kind of got caught off guard.
So it's going to be 2nd and 4 here for the Indians with 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Logan Chuck rolls to his right. He throws and completes number 7, Kohler, but a flag is thrown, and I think for sure that'll be offensive pass interference as Kohler pushed off. So I think this play is going to come back.
Even with that supposed pass interference, Kohler barely came away with that reception. I mean, PV's gotten really lucky on some big passes. The ball's falling into their hands with that tip with the block, and now you see Kohler just fell into his right hand.
Hopefully it is all offensive pass
interference on the defense, actually. So the penalties declined. Wow, you know, I can't. That's really interesting because I thought for sure that they were going to call that on Kohler, as it looked like he pushed off on Ronnie Dries, but obviously not. So the Pascack Valley Indians will now have 1st and 10 from the Patriots' 28-yard line. I formation behind Logan Chuck. They hand it off to Kaiser. as he gains a couple more yards.
Kaiser again
Pretty
on
solid
the
run there
carry.
by Kaiser. He's done a great job since he's come in.
Ryan DiDerno and
Hopefully the Patriots defense can find an answer to this PV offense.
Mike Waller
If things keep
on
going
the
the way
tackle.
PV's been playing on this drive, it's gonna be a tied game.
pickup of 4, 2nd and 6.
And we're going to have a timeout called here by Wayne Hills, as it looked like Nick Massey got off the field kind of late, and they might have had to take a timeout for that reason. But again, that may not have been the only reason. Maybe the Wayne Hills Patriots defense saw something on offense
Timeout, Wayne
that they
Hills.
didn't like and wanted to change something. And with 4.5 minutes to go in this first half, Wayne Hills leads 7-0. Their touchdown was scored by Tommy DeBianca on a long toss run for a touchdown.
You know, that was a great run by Tom DeBianca. You know, going back to that, he just completely burned by everyone. You know, there was 2 defensive backs trying to catch after him, trying to catch up to him, and they just didn't have the speed, you know, to catch up to Tom DeBianca. And if you look at Tom's stats, you know, he has 25 carries for 387 yards, which is an average of 15.48 yards, which is just staggering. And you know, his touchdown per carry average is very very high. He's got a lot of touchdowns and a lot of short carries, so you know, Tom is definitely an efficient running back.
So it's going to be 2nd and 7 for Pascack Valley. Back to pass, throwing to the right corner, and it's just past the outstretched arms of Paul Kohler.
For Kohler is
It looked like
incomplete.
Kohler actually beat his man, and if the ball was placed maybe a yard short, it looks like Kohler might have came down with that for the touchdown, but in the end, ultimately, the pass was thrown too deep, incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd and 7 now for Pascack Valley.
That's just a poor decision there by Mike Loganchuk. I mean, Kohler had his man beat. He has 7 touchdowns so far in the season. He was looking to make it an 8th, but unfortunately, the ball was led too much.
Loganchuk throws left and completes there to Kohler for the first down, as Kohler was tripped up there.
Pass complete to Kohler.
So Pascack
Justin
Valley
Horahan on
moves the
tackle.
sticks up again, as they're doing very well in this drive. But again, they did well on the last drive, and in the end,
First down,
look what
Indians.
happened. They fumbled it at the 1-yard line. So I don't think the Pacers really should
On the
be
17-yard
in a desperation
line.
mode right now. They hand it off to Kaiser, and Kaiser goes nowhere this time. Maybe a gain of 1.
Kaiser
See right here if
on
the
carry.
Patriots goal line defense can come away with a
Mike
number fumble.
Waller on the tackle.
We've seen a lot of substitutions so far as
Pickup
defense.
of
Matthew
1,
Block and Nick
2nd
Massey
and
seem to
9.
be changing out a lot. I think that's due to the fact they're trying to keep their players warm, you know, take them to the sidelines, get a coat on them, get their blood pumping. Hopefully that'll pay off for the Patriots.
Tosses to Kaiser as he moves to his left and dives forward across the 10-yard
Kaiser
line.
on the carry.
So it'll be 3rd and short now for Pascack Valley.
And this is getting very dangerous for
Run
Wayne
out
Hills.
of
You know,
bounds by Justin
Corey Kaiser is definitely, you
Horahan.
know, filling the role for running back, for the running back spot for Pascack Valley, which is a basically
3rd
run
and
first
about
team. So,
3.
you know, if they don't stop him right now, you know, this is gonna give Pascack Valley a lot of momentum going into the halftime, and hopefully Wayne Hill stops him and stops all momentum and completely, you know, brings down the hopes of Pascack Valley's offense.
Loganchuk hands it off to Kaiser. Kaiser stuffed up the middle for no
Kaiser
gain.
on the carry.
So it's going to be 4th and 2, 4th and 3. We'll see what Pascack Valley does.
Ryan DiDerno and Ryan
And it looks like they're going to
Salerno
kick
on
the field goal
tackle.
as they change their personnel.
Once again, the Patriots defense just steps up when it really matters. I mean, just as you think PV is going to score, they're enclosing on the goal line. The Patriots come away with a nice stop on the 3rd down, so now they're going to try to kick a field goal. Hopefully it'll go wide with this
Kyle
weather.
Hartwick will make
Kyle
the
Hartwick's
attempt.
going to attempt the field goal. He's a pretty good place kicker, a lefty, and he boots this one straight
The kick
through.
is good.
So with that field goal
With
made,
2 minutes 17
the
seconds
Pascack Valley
remaining in the
Indians
half.
score 3
The
points,
Patriots
and Wayne Hills leads
7,
7-3
Indians
with 2 minutes and 17
3.
seconds to go in the first half.
And you know, that completely throws our picks down the drain, because I remember, Brian, your pick was 42-7. My pick was 35-14. So, you know, with that field goal, it definitely
Ladies and
changes their
gentlemen, a
prediction.
purchase
So,
of any Wayne Hills
you know, this game is a lot
apparel
closer than what
this
we
evening
imagined, and
will
hopefully
result
the
in
Wayne Hills
your
gets the
getting
firepower
a
and comes
free
back on offense,
seat
and
cushion.
you know, definitely just goes up on offense and definitely, you know, shows the firepower needed, shows
While
explosiveness
supplies
needed.
last.
And you know, although Pascack Valley didn't score a touchdown on that drive, I think it was still a pretty solid drive from their standpoint because they scored some points, and the big thing was they killed a lot of clock,
And ladies and gentlemen,
and they
a
left the
special
Wayne Hills
welcome
offense
this
on the
evening to
sideline
John
for an
Fass
extended
of the
period of time. And you know,
WGHT
in this cold weather,
radio team
you never know
who are
how
broadcasting tonight's
standing
game
on the sideline will
over
affect you when
the
it's time to come back
internet.
into the game. So I think we'll see immediately, depending on how Mike Cohen and his offensive line play, if that really has any effect at all. So the Patriots will probably have 2 minutes to go in the first half to try to score. DeBianca and Brian Ogden are deep awaiting this kickoff from Hartwick. And it's going to dribble as Ogden fields it at the 5. Trying to cut it outside. And he's just going to dive forward safely, protecting the ball at the 11-yard line. So that took 7 seconds, and the Patriots will have 2 minutes and 10 seconds to try to score before the first half ends.
And, you know, I've said it before early in the season, you know, these
First and 10
return men for the
Patriots
special
on the
teams
12.
aren't explosive as Carlton Morrison or Dan DeSico, but, you know, they are explosive players on offense. But special teams, you know, we really haven't seen much of what we've seen a couple past years, you know, where it'd be a punt return for a touchdown, a kick return for a touchdown every game. And, you know, in these past games, we really haven't seen it.
They hand it off there to Dries as Dries tries to fight for extra
Roddy
yards.
Dries on the
And he's going to go
carry.
down after a gain of 3 yards.
Unfortunately, with that bad field
Number
position from the
16,
kickoff
Adam
and that run right there,
McElrath
that's
on
going to
the
milk the clock
tackle.
for even more. There's no 2-minute warning. So it seems that the Patriots are just going to try to put a pin in this half and
Pickup
go
of
into the
3,
locker room
second
up 7-3.
and 7.
I'm sure as soon as I say that, they'll throw a bomb and then score, but we'll see what happens.
One wide receiver in for Wayne Hills. As Mike Quinn's going to keep this one for himself. Short game, Pascack Valley
Mike Quinn
will
on
take
the
a
carry.
timeout here, as maybe they're thinking about getting the ball back before this first half
Number 9,
expires
Jimmy Bueller
and
on
keeping the
tackle.
momentum on their side.
You know, I just want to stress the fact that, you know, these Patriots and the Pascack
Third
Valley Indians are
and
just
4.
going through some brutal temperatures right now. It's, I don't know what the wind chill is right now. It's just ridiculous amount. I also want to give a shout out to the crew downstairs that are doing the game. You know, they must be a lot
Valley.
colder than we are down there in like the dungeon, as I like to call it. You know, and hopefully they're doing okay. Hopefully their hands aren't gone. So
Ladies
shout out
and
to them for the
gentlemen,
Wayne Hills
highlights
TV
of
Club.
Tonight's game can be seen on News 12 New Jersey.
So, with
Friday
1 minute
night
and
football
23 seconds
beginning at
remaining in the first
10:30
half,
PM.
Wayne Hills will be faced with a 3rd and 4 from their own 17-yard line. So, we'll see if they pass here or run here. If they pass, they risk an incomplete pass, which would stop the clock. If they run, they risk not converting the first down. So we'll see what they do here. 3 wide receivers are in, unlike the first 2 downs when they only had 1 wide receiver in. DeBianca goes in motion. And they hand it to the up man, and he stops short. So Pascack Valley will take another timeout, and they're going to have probably a minute left, maybe a minute 10 to work on offense. And, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what Pascack Valley does on that offensive drive, because if they can score, that could be a real help to them, because they're not going to get the ball back to open up the second half. Wayne Hills will get the ball. So this could be a huge score for the Indians.
Right now, when you're punting from your 17-yard line, this is where the Patriots can't afford any mistakes. They're going to have to go into this half up by 4, 7-3. They don't want any momentum shifted to PV's side going into the locker room. So hopefully they could get a nice kickoff here and hold PV.
So we'll see how aggressive Pascack Valley is when they go on offense. But first, obviously, a punt needs to be made. Tim Divers will take the punt. He's standing at about his own 2-yard line, so it's going to be a long punt for him.
Get there!
Divers gets off a high punt as it's going to be fair caught there by DiBertello.
Adam McElrath signals a fair catch.
Pascack Valley will have 1 minute and 11
First and
seconds
10
to try to do
Indians
something on offense, and they're in Patriots
with 1
territory.
minute, 11 seconds
You know, 1 minute and
remaining
11
in the
seconds
half.
is plenty of time for an offense to score, especially when you're on the Patriots 40. So, you know, hopefully Wayne Hill stays focused and stops them from getting anything. Because if they do, you know, they'd be up. And
Correction,
the
the
Patriots
ball is
definitely
spotted
has
on
to
the
be, you know, a little bit
43-yard
shaken
line.
up coming in. I mean, going into the locker room because, you know, they would be down if they score right here.
Logan Chuck throws, completes to Kohler to the right, and a good tackle's made there by Ronnie Drees. You know, we've seen that tackle a million times this year. Ronnie Drees does a great job of going for the ankles and taking down bigger receivers. And, you know, again, it's a great play there by Drees.
And, you know, another thing to point out, he kept them in bounds, and the clock keeps running, so good job by Ronnie Drees.
It's a good point, Sean. Logan Chuck back to pass, throws over the middle, and his wide receiver fell down. So obviously the pass was incomplete. It was intended to number 9, Jimmy Bueller.
Pass intended for Bueller is incomplete.
And the Pascack Valley fans wanted a pass interference call, but they're not going to get one. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 with 40 seconds to go. We'll see if PV airs one out towards the end zone. Four receivers. Logan Chuck in the shotgun. Here comes Mike Waller with the pressure, and Logan Chuck's going to be sacked by number 59, Paul Drake. Mike Waller brought the initial pressure, and Paul Drake finished the job.
Paul Drake jumps ahead right there. Before this game, he was tied with Nick Tuminello for leading the team in sacks with 8, so that's going to bring his stats up to 9. Great play by the Patriots. The clock's going to tick down here. They're not going to waste a timeout and try to get anything going. Great tackle there by Paul Drake and great assist. You saw the blitz with Mike Waller. Everything worked on that play.
And, you know, my key player, Mike Waller, I was talking about it earlier, how he gets off the line very quick if he's on a blitz, you know. He really just shoots out of the defensive line, and, you know, right there you showed it, you know, it's starting the pressure off for the quarterbacks.
That is the end of the first half.
So that's the end of the first half here from Patriot Stadium.
7.
The score is 7-0 in favor of the Wayne Hills Patriots. So, Brian, what were your thoughts on that first half?
I mean, this first half is seeming a lot like the regular season first half. The score is pretty minimal. It's only 7-3, so it's not the high-scoring game that Sean and I were expecting. We'll see if the Patriots can come back in the second half like they did last time they saw Pascack Valley, where it was 30. They scored 35 points in the second half. So far, it's been pretty much a defensive battle, as I said many times before. The offenses haven't been able to get much off besides Tom DiBianca's 80-yard run. So hopefully the Patriots can come out of the locker room with a different fire and a different drive, get this cold air out of their mind.
You know, all I got to say is to this game, you know, even, you know, Patriots have kept in it. You know, they could be doing a lot better than they are, you know, but no need to worry because they still have the lead, and they've honestly been playing a good game, you know, good solid game, playing strong, playing smart. They haven't had any turnovers yet, so that's another good sign to look at. And right now, you know, the Patriots have to go in the locker room having a little confidence that they are up. You know, this isn't what we predicted. This isn't what everyone predicted. But people also predicted it wasn't going to be a close game. You know, Pascack Valley put up a good game in the last game when it was 0-0. So going into halftime, so, you know, Wayne Hills doesn't have to be that worried. You know, they still have the lead, so they have to come back into the second half with a little more confidence, a little more swagger on offense. You know, have some better passes, some better runs, and hopefully Ronnie Drees can break out for another big game for a touchdown.
Something else of interest in this game, the Wayne Hills Patriots, the seniors on the team, in all likelihood, this will be their final game at Patriot Stadium, and that makes you think coming into this game, would there be any jitters for those seniors? Brian, let me ask you, what do you think about the play of the seniors so far in the first half, and do you think that there was, do you think the final game at Patriot Stadium had any effect in their play in the first half?
So far, I mean, it's been a pretty consistent game. You're going up against a hard team like Pascack Valley, who's lost once. I don't think it's the jitters that they're struggling with. I think it's the weather and the fact that PV's D-line is so solid. Overall, I think the Patriots are stepping up pretty much. You see seniors like Tom DeBianca, Paul Drake, they're making plays on defense. So I don't think it's really the game that's giving them the jitters or the idea that it's the last time they're going to play on Patriot Stadium. I think overall it's just a good team going up against a good team.
And Dan, I know this is our last game at Wayne Hills for me and you and all the seniors at the Wayne Hills TV Club, but I'm just going at it like every other game. It seems kind of normal, so hopefully the Wayne Hills stays the same. That this is another game and it's not much of a difference. It's just the last time that we play on this field, so hopefully they'll be relaxed and they'll just go at as a regular game.
Well, besides the football team, 87 strong, the marching band. We have to give them credit. They're also out here in the cold, so let's throw it right now to the Wayne Hills marching band.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a standing round of applause for the Wayne Hills Patriot.
I hope you guys enjoyed the Wayne Hills Marching Band. I am back on the field with Jordan Kessel and a special guest, Andrew Gallo, rejoining us after graduating last year. Guys, the score is 7-3 Wayne Hills. We talked about which team was going to come out with intensity in the pregame, and it was pretty clear it was Pascack Valley. Were you guys surprised to see how much intensity they came out with?
Oh, no way. I stated in the pregame that Hills tends to lag out a little bit, and that's the chance when opponents have to take care of them. On the offensive side of the ball, Pascack Valley didn't do the greatest job moving the ball. They had consistently moved the ball about 5 or 6 yards each set of downs. They hadn't been able to put it together till close to the end of the second quarter when they got a field goal to make the score 7-3. And on the defensive side of the ball, they did a pretty good job, except for one big play to Tom DiBianca, the 75-yard touchdown run.
Year by year, Pascack Valley comes in with a program that ultimately makes it to this championship game and just cannot find a way to win. This year they moved up to Group 3, and they're a tough team. They only had the one loss this season to Wayne Hills, and that first game, I believe at half it was 0-0, and then Wayne Hills put on 35 points in the second half. So no, I'm not surprised at all by the intensity that Pascack Valley showed. They want to win. You know, this is the team that they want to get over the hump with.
Now, the first 13, 14 minutes of this game was really the Kevin Rems show. Of course, I'm talking about the running back from Pascack Valley. Came out with a lot of intensity, a word I've used a lot. And he ran between the tackles, ran hard, ran defenders over. He showed some speed getting to the outside. He's been the big rusher from Pascack Valley all year. Were you surprised at all to see him have such a big first half?
No, not at all. Pascack Valley came out and did a good job of mixing in stuff to the outside, short passes, screen passes, quick little slant routes with the wide receivers, opening it up a little bit for him to run the ball in between the tackles. You know, he's a great running back. He's a big, powerful guy. But when Hills brings in 8 people into the box, leaving 3 back in coverage, you can't just run up the middle. You got to keep them honest. And the Pascack Valley team is doing a very good job at keeping the Wayne Hills defense spread as much as possible.
Kevin Rems is a very tough runner. Even when I was here my junior year, he had a very good game against Wayne Hills, even though they lost that game too, I believe 35-0. But the question is, in the second half, can Pascack Valley's offensive line hold up against Wayne Hills' defensive line? We all know that the Wayne Hills team has been so conditioned. They're notorious for having the great stamina over the years. Can this Pascack Valley offensive line hold up for Rems? Because we know Rems not going to slow down. It's the offensive line that's going to be determined whether he does well or not.
You know, that's a great point, Andrew. The defensive line for Wayne Hills, Tuminello, Christian Avedizian, who's played the whole game at defensive tackle, as well as Ryan Salerno, have done a pretty good job at containing Rems. They've given up some yards, but not too many big plays. Do you expect them to keep that up in the second half?
Oh, yeah. As Andrew stated before, conditioning. You know, they play, they finish. That's one of the mottos that Wayne Hills lives by. They finish games. The defensive line's going to come out. They're going to play just as hard. Going into the warmth, they're going to come back out in the cold, get all pumped up again, bring that intensity, and they're going to be able to push around the Pascack Valley offensive line, which came out and used almost all of their adrenaline, it seems like, in the first half to try to win the battle with the defensive line. I think Hills just comes out and dominates the line of scrimmage.
I may be 200 miles away, but I do read about these games, and about the whole team this year, it seems that the theme around Wayne Hills has been that, unlike previous years, this team kind of gets off to a slow start, kind of gives opponents a chance to stay in the game, and then boom, opportunity strikes in the second half, and they just dominate. I think the defense is only going to get better in the second half, as opposed to, it was good in the first half, but I think as the game goes along, they're just going to get stronger, and I think they're going to slow Pascack Valley down even more.
Now, Pascack Valley's defense has been very strong in this game. Other than that run to DiBianca, they've pretty much shut down the Wayne Hills offense. Wayne Hills has run the ball a lot to Ronnie Dries and not really let Quinn air it out too much. Coming out of the warmth of the locker room, do you think Quinn's going to throw the ball more in the second half?
I don't know if they're going to. I think it might be a good idea, but the Pascack Valley defense, the times Quinn has dropped back, is getting such good pressure on Quinn, that it makes it almost impossible for Quinn to air it out downfield where he's at his best, when he can throw the ball over the top to Ogden down for the deep plays. If he can't come out and get enough time from the Hills offensive line to do that, then no, they have to keep running the ball because they have no other choice.
Pascack Valley has a very good defense, and I think that Coach Olson eventually is going to have to throw the ball a little bit more, and he has a very good quarterback in Mike Quinn. This is the first time I've seen him play ever, because obviously last year Mike Giapapa was the starter, but now I've heard great things about Mike Quinn. I read a lot of good stories about him, and I'm pretty
I'm anxious to see him play, and I think that Coach Olson is going to give him the ball more in the second half because Pascack Valley is going to lean more on the run because Wayne Hill's notoriously over the years is our run-first team. But I think that in the second half, Coach Olson is going to give Mike Quinn the ball.
Now, guys, the big question, predictions for the second half. Who wins and what's the score?
Well, Wayne Hills definitely takes the edge in the second half. That's what they're great at. You saw them come out the first time they played in the 6th week of the season, come out after a 0-0 first half, and just blow away Pascack Valley in the second half. I think they'll have to do something similar to that. They'll have to be a little more creative on the offensive side of the ball. You saw the one time they decided to roll out to a pitch, DeBianca was able to take it and bring it up the field for a touchdown. And when it's been a little bit of trickery in that offense, they've been able to have success. So I can see them coming out, using a little more trickery, and then be able to take the rest of the game. I see them scoring 3 or 4 more touchdowns in this game, and maybe Pascack Valley, if they're lucky, get another field goal.
Game reminds me a lot of the semifinal last year here when the Wayne Hills played Old Pan. Very low scoring and very tough, hard-nosed battle. But I still think Hills is going to grind it out just because they have the experience, they have the stamina, they have the drive, they don't want to lose. I see this probably 28-3 final score.
Yeah, I agree. As we mentioned in the pregame, 6th week of the season, Wayne Hills, Pascack Valley at PV, 0-0 at halftime. Similar to this game, we were very scared at halftime that the streak might go down tonight, but I agree with you guys. I don't think it's going to go down. I think Wayne Hills is going to come out with a lot of intensity, play really hard. I think they're going to open up the playbook a little bit because they were very conventional in the first half with their offense. I think you might see some trick plays like you guys mentioned, and I expect them to really, like I said, open up the playbook, have Quinn air it out a little bit more, and see some trick plays. So now we're going to throw it upstairs to Dan Cohen, who has a special guest, Rich Stambulian. Dan?
Thanks, guys, and welcome back. Dan Cohen here with Rich Stambulian, a sports writer for the Wayne Today. Rich, first of all, what do you think of the first half of play?
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of offense as we saw, but this is kind of about what I think a lot of people expected. I think.
Sorry, folks, we were just having some technical difficulties, but again, Rich Stambulian, a sports writer for the Wayne Today, is here with me. Rich, you started to answer. I asked you, what do you think about the first half of play? So, what do you think?
I think Pascack Valley came into the game trying to focus on the first half of the regular season game and forgetting about the second half. And they came out tonight all charged up and, ready to take it to Wayne Hills. And I think, the Patriots made a big play, obviously, at the goal line to strip the ball and create the fumble. And then 10 seconds later, Tom DeBianca takes off and goes 81 yards, and that's why they're ahead. But it's still very much anybody's ball game. I mean, this is going to be a battle to the finish, I think.
And you mentioned it's going to be a battle to the finish, so certainly Wayne Hills hasn't booked their ticket yet to the state final, but let's speak hypothetically. Looking forward, there's a chance Wayne Hills could either play Lakeland or Sparta in the finals. What do you think about those two teams, and either one, if at all, can they stop Wayne Hills, and what do you think about that game?
Well, Sparta's a very gutsy team. I mean, they played a hard game to beat Wayne Valley last week. Lakeland is, a very interesting team. They have a dynamic quarterback in Dan Deegan, who's had a phenomenal season, and they have pretty good team speed, from what I understand. I only got a chance to see him play once this year. But from a defensive standpoint, I don't see either of those teams being able to stop the Wayne Hills offense. Although, don't use tonight's first half as a prediction of that, because the Hills offense just has had no luck getting on track. I don't think Mike Quinn's been able to complete more than one pass, maybe.
Only a couple.
One or two
at least.
Maybe. I mean, he's had a couple of drops, but I think it'll be an interesting matchup. Obviously, I think the one that's really intriguing to people around here would be Hills against Lakeland.
All right. Well, Rich, again, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again. That's Rich Stambulian, a sports writer for the Wayne Today. And don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll have second half football here from Patriot Stadium.
The captains will again meet at midfield prior to the start of the second half.
Go, Dan.
Welcome back here to Patriot Stadium. Dan Cohen here with Brian Dubow and Sean Yu. We're just moments away from the second half of football here. If you're just joining us now, the Wayne Hills Patriots have a 7-3 lead. The 7 points were scored by a touchdown by Tom DeBianca on a long run. And then towards the end of the first half, Pascack Valley converted on a field goal, and that's where we are now at a score of 7-3. Pascack Valley won the opening kickoff and decided to return So that means that the Wayne Hills will get the ball on offense first to start the second half.
And for all those folks at TV land wondering how the weather has changed in the past 20 minutes, just to let you know out there in your warm, big, comfy couches, it's same weather, same brutal, cold weather. So, hopefully you guys are, in your big couches and drinking some hot chocolate while we're here bringing you this wonderful playoff game. And, hopefully, Wayne Hills comes out with a win and moves on to the finals where there'll be a Giant Stadium or Rutgers. You never know. So let's see what the rest of the second half has to offer for us.
So crucial right here that the Patriots score on their first drive. They need to get a spark of life. They need that momentum on the side to bring them up 14-3. So far, it's been a pretty slow first half, and they really need to step it up.
So Brian Ogden, along Tom DeBianca, will return this kick. And looking back to the last game against Pascack Valley, this was the time when Brian Ogden took the kickoff for a touchdown to open up the second half. So we'll see if A, maybe they don't kick to Ogden, or B, we'll see if Ogden can do something similar to what he did last time. Hartwick will take the kick, and they are not going to kick to Ogden as they dribble it. It's fielded by number 2, Nick Massey, as he's taken down across the 35-yard line. So the Wayne Hills Patriots will open up the second half with good field position.
On the kickoff return.
Patriots gain pretty good field position here. They're on about the 35-yard line, so it's definitely workable when Mike Quinn takes the field.
Patriots on their own 36.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Wayne Hills, working from their own 36-yard line.
And, hopefully for the Wayne Hills Patriots, Kevin Rems is still out of the game. Hopefully he's not injured that severely.
They open the second half with a handoff up the middle to Ronnie Dries. Ronnie gains 2 yards, and Pascack Valley is signaling that they have the ball, but I just saw one referee point to the ground, which would indicate that Ronnie Dries was called down by contact. So Wayne Hills will keep the ball, to the dismay of the Pascack Valley faithful, but that is the right call. Wayne Hills will have a 2nd and 8.
Great call there, then. I personally thought the Pascack Valley Indians had got the ball, and which would have completely changed the way we see this game. But good call there, Dan. I didn't pick it up. So, and fortunate for Wayne Hills, it was a first turnover, and good thing they got it back. So, let's see if Wayne Hills gets something good at this fortunate drive.
2 wide receivers in I formation. Quinn short drop back, throws and completes to Justin Horahan at the 43-yard line, so they gain another 3 yards and will be left with a 3rd and 3.
That's what the Patriots need to go with right now. So far in the first half, Ronnie Dries hasn't been able to click. He hasn't been able to get that explosive running game we all know him for. And right now, a long ball is just out of the question. It's too cold to ask the players to catch it. It's too cold to ask Quinn to throw it. So I think right now they have to stick with the short passes, the screens. I think that's what they're going to get the most yards out of and eventually the most points.
So we'll see if Wayne Hills decides to run or pass here. It's another short drop back and another completion right to Justin Horahan. So a play very similar to the last one, and it's a conversion there. 1st down for the Patriots across the 50.
Horahan. Joe
that is a good play. It's more of what we like to see. Those short passes where the receiver can catch it. That he can make the moves to get a couple extra yards. So, and like you said, it's a little harder, Brian, for the receivers to catch long balls. So if they continue what they're doing, it'd be a great job.
Joe Russo at the bottom of your screen at wide receiver. They hand it off up the middle to Dries as he gains 3 yards.
Ronnie Dries on the carry.
So it should be about 2nd and 7
and Jimmy Bueller
for Wayne Hills from the 45-yard line.
Pickup of about 3, 2nd and 7.
One thing we don't see from the Patriots, which they normally throw a lot of, is those deep bombs to Ogden. The Patriots are known for Brian Ogden just jumping up and coming down with miracle balls. So I think that the Patriots overall, they're pretty smart tonight. They're playing a little bit more conservative.
Quinn back to pass. He throws and completes to Brian Ogden, and Brian Ogden is tackled immediately by number 7, Kohler.
The screen
Nothing
pass
Brian Ogden
complete
could
to
really do
Brian
on that play. It was a
Ogden.
good job there by Kohler to
Tackled
close
by
on Ogden.
Kohler,
I mean, once
number
Ogden caught the
7.
ball, he really had nowhere to go. So it's really not Brian Ogden's fault.
You know, those are those scary plays you see in the
Loss of
NFL
about a
where
yard on
the
the
receiver
play,
reaches out for the
3rd
ball
and 8.
and has their eye focused on the ball and doesn't see a hit coming. And usually, you know, with the NFLs and those strong defensive linebackers, they usually completely demolish the receivers. So thank God Brian Ogden didn't get that wrecked.
Yeah,
That
in lacrosse, we call those hospital balls. That's kind of self-explanatory. Quinn drops back. He throws and it's incomplete. The pass was intended for Ronnie Dries, the tailback, who flared out to the left and unable to come down with it. So Wayne Hills will have to bring on the punting unit.
Intended for Dries.
Even
is
if that ball was
incomplete.
ruled a completion, I'm not sure that Ronnie had enough for the first down. He
Rivers
caught it.
will punt.
Well, they thought he caught it, but the ball bounced up and he rolled a little bit. So I'm not sure if he would have had the first down had he caught it. So it's going to lead to another Patriots punt.
Almost blocked, but Tim Divers gets off the punt. It's fair caught at the 20-yard line.
McElrath
So Wayne Hills
signals
does a good
fair
job
catch.
to get the punt down the field, and Pascack Valley will not have great field position for this drive.
And, you know, Wayne Hills right now definitely has to stop Pascack Valley
First
from
and 10,
getting
Indians
anything
on
right
the
now because,
21.
you know, if they score, Pascack Valley will be up 10-7 and will have a lot of momentum coming in on defense. So, you know, having them stop for about 5 or 6 drives, the only play they let up was that big Tom DeBonca run. So hopefully Wayne Hills stops him on defense.
Logan Chunk hands it off to, that's Kaiser, so Kevin Rems is still not in the game.
Corey Kaiser.
And it's a short run by
on the
Kaiser.
carry.
Good job there by the Wayne Hills defense.
Now, one thing that's cost PV a lot of good field positions on their first drives are the fact that on every
Full
punt
break
return,
on the
the
tackle.
returner just fair catches it. He doesn't even try to return it. He doesn't attempt to return
Along
it.
with
I guess
Nick
they don't want to risk
Tuminello.
fumbling it in this cold weather, but I just don't see the reasoning. And if you want to beat a team that has a 52 win streak, you're going to have to be aggressive.
They toss it left to Kaiser, and he's tackled down at the line of
Kaiser
scrimmage there
again
by
on
one
the
of the Wayne
carry.
Hills defenders. I'm not exactly sure who it was. It's tough to see. So it's going to be
Mike Waller
3rd
on
and
the
long
tackle.
upcoming for the Indians. It was Mike Wall, the linebacker, who made that good tackle. Three wide receivers are in for Pascack Valley. Logan Chuck throws, and it's incomplete, and they throw a flag, so it looks like this is going to be pass interference on number 45, Ryan DiDerno, but we'll wait and see what the call is.
Yeah, you know, that's something Wayne Hills does not want to see. You know, they had it stopped other than the pass interference play, but hopefully it isn't pass interference. Hopefully it's something else, maybe a false start, maybe encroachment, but at this point I really think it is going to be a personal foul.
So it is pass interference on the defense.
Pass
and, you know,
interference against the Patriots.
it's a tough play. You see, a lot of times, depending on how the offensive personnel looks, a lot of times you'll have linebackers matched up down the field on backs who move out of the backfield. And that was number 33, Justin Merberg, who went out of the backfield down the field for a pass. And Ryan DiDerno,
First down,
linebacker,
Indians.
was faced with that matchup. And, you know,
On their
DiDerno's
own
not a player who
36.
plays in pass coverage that often. He's more of a sure tackler, run stopper. So it was a tough play for him. They toss this one left to Kaiser. Kaiser got some speed, but
Corey
he was
Kaiser
stopped
on
there.
the
Good job by the
carry.
defense. Gained maybe 7 yards.
Now it's unfortunate because that pass
Ryan
interference
DiDerno
call,
on the
that's going to cost the
tackle.
Patriots a punt. It was 3rd and 10, and that penalty brought them to the
Pick
first
up
down,
of
obviously, and kept PV's drive
2nd
alive.
and 4.
And, you know, right now it's 2nd and 4 for Wayne Hills, and, you know, they definitely have to give them lost yards because if the Pascack Valley Indians get any plus yards, you know, it's easy 3rd down conversion for them.
3 wide receivers, I formation for the Indians. They hand it off up the middle to Kaiser. Kaiser has enough for the first down and falls short just at the 50-yard line.
Kaiser again on the carry.
So another good run there by
First
Kaiser.
down,
You know,
Indians.
this has been one of the stories of the game so far. Corey Kaiser,
Mike
number 10,
Waller.
has done a superb
Ryan
job
Dickman on the
in
tackle.
relief of the injured last year All-County running back Kevin Rems. So from their own 49-yard line, PV will have first and 10. They hand it up the middle again, and that time Kaiser's crunched at the
Kaiser again
line.
on
Good
the
job there by
carry.
the run stoppers in the middle for the Wayne Hills Patriots, so maybe a gain of 1 if anything.
And you know, like I said before, other than Kaiser coming in and
Ryan
playing
Salerno
a
on
great
the
game, you
tackle.
know, coming in for Ken Rems, the Wayne Hills line hasn't done that bad. They haven't given up any big gains. You know, the biggest gain they've probably given up is 8 or 9 yards. So you know, the Wayne Hills defense definitely still has to be very confident.
So it's 2nd and 9. Merberg's in motion. Moving back now. They hand it off to Kaiser. Kaiser fighting for extra yards and gains
Kaiser
3 or
on the
4 yards.
carry.
Good job there by Kaiser on the extra effort. He got initially hit at the line, and then he broke through for 3 or 4 extra yards.
You mentioned the defense, Sean. I mean, I just can't give them enough credit.
Dickman
It's so
and
hard to stay
Diderno on
motivated
the
in this
tackle.
cold weather. You just want to go home. You want to get it over with. But the defense
Third
is
and about
staying
5.
consistent. Nick Tuminello, Paul Drake. I mean, they're bringing the heat. They're doing the best they can to stop the run in this cold weather.
3rd and 5. Pump fake. Throwing to the left. And that pass is complete to the PV wide receiver. He's going to go in for the score. Touchdown,
The pass
Pascack
is
Valley, and they
complete to
take the
number
lead.
7, Paul
Number 7,
Kohler.
Paul Kohler, made that catch. And all of a
Touchdown,
sudden, Pascack
Indians.
Valley has the lead here at Patriot Stadium. And the momentum has shifted just like that.
You know, that play was just, you know, I don't know, it was just a lucky play for Pascack Valley because it was a jump ball. The player got an earlier jump, read the ball very well, and caught up and got it. And you know, 2 broken tackles, and he's in the end zone.
Hardwick
So
will attempt the
you know,
extra
miscommunication by Wayne Hills by not gang tackling him. But again, you know, Wayne Hills definitely cannot
kick is
put
good.
their heads down. They have to keep
With
their heads
4
up
minutes,
and definitely
58
stay in this game, stay
seconds
focused in the
remaining
game,
in
and
the
definitely
third
score
quarter.
on this next drive coming up.
Indians 10, Patriots.
So with 5 minutes to go in the
7.
3rd quarter, Pascack Valley has a 10-7 lead over Wayne Hills. And you know, wait, I'm trying to think. Is that the first time this year that Wayne Hills has been behind? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe some games, you know, maybe some games the other team had an opening drive touchdown. I can't really remember, but if it's not the first time that they're trailing, it's got to be one of the few times that they're trailing. And you know, this is going to be interesting. We have to see, you know, how resilient are these Wayne Hills Patriots. You know, they don't play from behind very often, and now Pascack Valley has the momentum. They have a big fan base here tonight who are now going crazy, and you know, the Wayne Hills faithful kind of quiet. So we'll see if on this kickoff return, maybe Brian Ogden or Tom DeBianca can do something, get some electricity going. Then again, that also is contingent on the fact that they need Hartwick to punt to kick to them. Past 2 kickoffs, he's kind of squibbed it in the middle. So we'll see where Hartwick kicks this one. And it's going to be another one of those squib kicks, picked up by the up man, Nick Massey, who gets to the 40-yard line. You know what, guys? That's kind of a play that you don't really appreciate that much, but that's the 2nd time in a row Nick Massey, the up man, has caught a bouncing ball and gotten it to the 35 or 40-yard line, and now the Wayne Hills Patriots have great field position. So great job by Nick Massey, 2 consecutive times doing that play.
41.
It's tough to catch those bouncing balls because you never know what direction they're going to go next. So I give a lot of credit to Nick Massey. You mentioned before, Dan, this was one of the few times that the Patriots are down. It's not the first time they've been down this season, but it is the first time they've been down playing Pascack Valley. I think it's a real wake-up call, and they're going to have to respond right here to shut down any momentum PV just got.
So they hand it off to Dries. Actually, it's Tom DeBianca, as DeBianca rolled off a tackle in the backfield and got forward for a yard or 2. So good job there by Tom to be resilient and gain some extra yards after initial contact.
And I think Olsen definitely realized that Ronnie Dries has been shut down completely in this game. just completely shut down. And I really think he has to go to his other backs, like Tom DeBianca, as you saw, just carried it there. And, you know, you still have
Dowling?
Yes, it just escaped my mind because of freezing cold weather. But Brian Dowling, who played exceptionally well when Ronnie was out, so.
Play action, Quinn rolling to his right, looking for someone to throw to. He fires one and completes it to Brian Dickman. Brian Dickman shakes a tackle, moving down the right sideline. Great job there by Brian Dickman to run across the field, make a catch, and break one tackle. Good job there by Dickman and Quinn.
I think that last touchdown just told Mike Quinn, like, hey, we're finally down. I mean, we haven't been playing good. We've been shut down on the running side of the ball. I really need to step up right now and make a play, which he does. He rolls out to his right, which he's famously known for, and he's so good at throwing on the run. He set his feet that time and was through to a complete pass to Brian Dickman, who afterwards had some nice yards after gain.
They hand this one up the middle to DeBianca as he's tripped up after a gain of 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Patriots.
And going back to that last play, you know, I said it before that that Brian would get a post up the middle, and hopefully because you know the Pascack Valley defenders definitely know that their top receivers are Justin Horn and Brian Ogden, so they definitely focus their coverage on them. And when you have Brian Dickman, who is an exceptional receiver, going up the middle, you know, the weapons are just endless for Wayne Hills.
That was actually Ronnie Dries on that run, not Tom DeBianca. I apologize. They toss this one to DeBianca, and he's unable to turn the corners. Number 7, Paul Kohler makes the tackle. And, you know, guys, number 7, Paul Kohler, I think you have to say he's been the best player for Pascack Valley tonight. It's been sensational on both sides of the ball.
The Patriots are finally closing in on Tim Diver's field goal range, which with a field goal, that would give them a tie game at 10-10. But now they're slowly being pushed back. That toss is going to result in negative yards. So now instead of a 30, 35-yard field goal, you're looking at a 40-yard field goal. This could be a game-changing play.
So it's going to be 3rd and 16. Quinn drops back. He's trying to find someone to throw to. He evades some pressure. Now he's going to just throw it into the end zone, intended for Joe Russo. And it's intercepted there by the Pascack Valley cornerback. So a big turn of events, and you know, I have to be honest, that really looked like an inexperienced play by Mike Quinn. He threw it into the corners, double coverage, and underthrew it, and it was intercepted, and that kills the chance of a field goal to tie the game.
Unfortunately there, Mike Quinn was feeling the pressure. He had some time, but then it came in from the left. He was about to get hit. He just wanted to get the ball off. He should have thrown it out of bounds, but he tried to throw it up into the end zone, hoping Joe Russo would come down. It seemed Joe Russo was blocked a little bit by the defenders, but there was no call. So now, hopefully the Patriots' defensive line can respond and get a safety.
So we'll see what the Wayne Hills defense can do here with Pascack Valley backed up deep into their own territory. They hand it off to Kaiser. As Kaiser gets a couple of yards, and he'll move the Pascack Valley offense further out of their own territory.
And it's, again, very fortunate for Wayne Hills that the man who intercepted it didn't just down it in the end zone, because he was in the end zone. Instead, he decided to run it, which is a bonehead move for the Pascack Valley Indians, because either he was on the 2-yard line or he could have been on the 20-yard line, where Pascack Valley had some room to work with. But, you know, it's not a smart decision by that Pascack Valley player.
And looking back, you know, I said it was an inexperienced play. I don't know if it was really inexperienced. I think it's just really just a poor decision on Quinn's part. This ball's hands up the middle. And the Wayne Hills defense does a pretty good job there to give Kaiser no room to run. So it's going to be about 3rd and 5. A manageable 3rd down conversion attempt for Pascack Valley. And, you know, guys, I think this is a really big stop upcoming. Or at least I think they really need to stop Pascack Valley here, because if they do stop them, then they should have good field position on their next drive, as Pascack Valley will be punting from in their own end zone.
Yeah, definitely. This is a very crucial play in the game. If they stop them, you know, the farthest punt that the Pascack Valley punter could punt it to is about the 50-yard line as the maximum. So Wayne Hills will have great field position if they stop him here.
And they're going to run it, so either Pascack Valley was trying to catch the Wayne Hills defense off guard, or they didn't really care about the first down and just wanted to gain some yards for their punter, and it seems like both failed on that. So Wayne Hills should have good field position upcoming.
On the tackle.
Hopefully Quinn could push that interception out of his mind and come back and respond with a touchdown. Because right now the Patriots they're begging for one. They need some points on the board. They need their spirits lifted. They're really down right now.
Punt with Ogden deep for the Patriots.
It's a low snap as it bounces, and fortunate is Pascack Valley. Brian Ogden fields it at the 42-yard line, and he's going to get tackled at about the 33. And wow, guys, that was really fortunate for Pascack Valley. That was a bad snap. It bounced, and it just bounced right into the hands of the punter, Ben Goldstein.
And the Patriots seniors got to realize that if they lose this game, this is their last game that they'll ever play in the high school level. So, a little bit more motivation for them that they definitely have to win this game if they want to continue their career and if they want to get another championship ring. So, I definitely know that Coach Olsen's definitely putting that in their minds. So, hopefully they come out with more motivation and more confidence on this next offensive drive.
So we'll see if Wayne Hills can bounce back on offense here as they open up the drive from the opposing 34-yard line. Here's that toss play to Tom DeBianca. And he's going to be tackled at the 30-yard line. There's a flag thrown, so we'll see who this flag is on. They let the play go, which usually indicates maybe offsides on the defense.
There is a flag on the
You think
play.
that if it was on the offense, they would blow the play dead, but that usually only applies to false starts. We'll see. And it's going to be an illegal shift or an illegal motion, I believe, on the offense, so that's why they let the play go. So
illegal
that run
against the Patriots.
is actually an illegal procedure. So the run from Tom DeBianca will be nullified. Wayne Hills is going to move back, I think, 5 yards. So not a good opening play there for Wayne Hills.
Definitely Wayne Hills has to come up with something big on this 1st and 15, Just because it's, it is the first down, and you have more room in the play calls to choose more plays. So, and hopefully Olsen gets a better play as the third quarter ends in this game.
So that's the end of the third quarter here from Patriot Stadium, and kind of shocking. The score is 10-7 in favor of the Pascack Valley Indians. So, going to the fourth quarter, Wayne Hills is going to have some. They're going to have their work cut out for them. Brian, who do you think for the Wayne Hills Patriots has to step up the most in this fourth quarter?
I think it's going to have to be Mike Quinn. I mean, the running game, we've tried it for the first half over and over, and besides the 180-yard run by Tom DeBianca, they've really got nothing running. Quinn's going to have to put that interception out of his mind, start making some plays, and, I mean, he's really just going to have to step up. If he doesn't, this could be the Patriots' demise.
So it turns out that the third quarter didn't quite expire yet. That was the last play of the third quarter. That was an incomplete screen pass right there, intended to, I believe, Ryan. So that will be the end of the third quarter. And again, the score is 10-7 in favor of Pascack Valley. So I asked Brian, Sean, who do you think needs to step up the most for the Patriots in the fourth quarter?
Definitely the offensive line. It's not just one player. One player can't change the way the game is. It's a team effort. That's why football is a team game, and I really think the offensive line definitely has to give more time for Mike Quinn so that he can, throw the accurate passes to the receivers, and also the offensive line that should definitely, plug up all the holes stop all defenders from coming into those holes, to let the running backs of Ronnie Dries, Tom DeBianca to, go through those holes and make some moves and break for a big gain. But right now, the offensive line has let up a couple sacks, let up some lost yards on the run game. So hopefully they step up and they, protect Quinn, and hopefully he can get a big scoring touchdown.
And one interesting thing about this fourth quarter is, right now, if the score stays like it is right now for a while, 10-7, Wayne Hills can kick a field goal and tie the game. And, field goals aren't something we've seen very much this year from the Wayne Hills Patriots. Tim Divers, obviously, the place kicker, will be the one to take the field goals. Brian, what do you think about Tim Divers and the prospects of him taking a game-tying field goal in this fourth quarter?
Fortunately, Tim Divers has never been put in that scenario to kick a game-winning field goal. But it seems tonight, with the way the offense is moving, he just may have to. So he better keep warm on the sidelines and keep his leg and the blood flowing.
They fake it to the out man, and they toss it right to Tom DeBianca. DeBianca has room to run, moving down the right side, 10-5, touchdown Tom DeBianca, his second touchdown of the game. Whoa, can he move?
Tom DeBianca, just a game-changing player in this game. I mean, Ronnie hasn't been able to step up. And here you have the second string running back, Tom DeBianca, coming away with a huge run. Both plays were off tosses and options, so perhaps that fooled the defense. But Tom DeBianca, I mean, he's the one that's saving this game right now.
And now I can't make fun of Tom anymore. You know, I would always make fun of him for not scoring, and when he did score, I would say, "Did you score?" You know, you definitely didn't. Now he has 2 touchdowns, and one of the biggest touchdowns I've seen in Wayne Hill's history. You know, completely changing the game and giving them the lead as they go into the fourth quarter. So, you know, Tom has definitely stepped up, and he has been the game-changing player. You know, if there was a Pontiac game-changing performance, this would definitely be it.
I agree with you there, Sean. And you know, not to rain on Tom DeBianca's parade, but Tim Divers' extra point there was actually significant in that now Wayne Hills is up by 4, and a field goal from Pascack Valley will not be able to tie the game. So Pascack Valley is going to have to score a touchdown if they have any intentions on winning this game tonight. So that really challenges the Wayne Hills defense to step up and pick up the offense and stop Pascack Valley.
The fans are certainly on their feet, even though it's such a cold night. They came out for a game, and they're giving one. I mean, it's one of the closest games of the season, if not the closest. It's 14-10 in the fourth quarter. The Patriots need to finish this out right now and finish this game so they can move on to the state finals.
And also looking back at that play from Tom DeBianca, he came into this game with 6 touchdowns. Tonight he's put 2 touchdowns onto his stat sheet. So,
and again, I like to point out that his carry to touchdown rate is just phenomenal. You know, he has 28 carries for 8 touchdowns, which is just great for any running back.
Yeah, that kind of ratio is really unheard of. So, pretty deep kick by Divers. It's going to be fielded at the 5 by number 7, Paul Kohler. And Kohler's going to be stopped by a host of Patriots short of the 25-yard line. So, good start there for the Patriots, working with the momentum.
This is perhaps the biggest drive of the game. The Patriots really need to shut them down. They need to shut down PV, and they need to give the ball back to their offense, who could hopefully make this a 2-score game. Patriots, I mean, so far tonight, they haven't been the Patriots we've all known and loved. But right now, they're really going to have to step up. Hopefully, the defense, after the offense making a play, they can make a big play.
First and 10 Indians on the 24.
So, Pascack Valley will start from their own 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Logan Chuck gives it to the up man. That's Merberg. And Merberg has nowhere to go as he tried to cut it to the outside, but he was tackled immediately by the Patriots.
And again, the line has been playing great. You know, they haven't let up anything big other than, you know, a couple big runs. So the line definitely still has to be confident coming into this fourth quarter. Definitely knowing that they can force the Pascack Valley Indians to a 3-and-out.
2nd and 10 for Pascack Valley. They run it to Kaiser as Kaiser goes forward with a full head of steam and does a good job. We'll see if he got the first down there. And it is a first down, so Corey Kaiser still running strong for Pascack Valley. Moves the chains.
First down, Indians.
There's still 11 minutes of football to play. I mean, so much could change in that time. As we saw just in the fourth quarter, the Patriots were down, now they're up again. So hopefully they could hold this lead and increase it.
Yeah, that's a good point there, Brian. A lot can happen in 11 minutes of football. Logan Chuck under center. They give it again to Kaiser as he's tripped up by a man from behind.
Kaiser on
and he'll
the
gain
carry.
3 yards on that run.
And I remember you said before that
Drake on the tackle.
with Kevin Rems out, you know, everyone thought this game would be completely different, but you know, Kaiser's come in here and played his game, you know, played very well. So Pascack Valley should be very fortunate that they have a backup running back as good as him.
2nd and about 6.
And Kaiser's a junior, Rems is a senior, so Pascack Valley fans have something to watch next year. And one of the defensive linemen jumped on that play. It was tough to see. It came from the left side of the defensive line.
It was Joey Russo.
So I'm not 100% sure who it was, but it definitely came from the left side of the line. So that will give Pascack Valley 5 free yards.
That's a huge penalty right now for the Patriots. Just when we say they need a huge shutdown right here, they're going to bring Pascack Valley up for they're going to have 2 plays to gain 1 yard to keep this drive alive. The Patriots need to step up right here.
They hand it off to Kaiser, and Kaiser dives forward, has enough for the first down at the 47-yard line.
Kaiser on the carry.
So the drive will stay alive with 10 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Patriots are really going to have to keep Tim Divers warm. They're going to have to keep this defense. They're just going to have to keep playing great football. They're going to have to turn it on right now and hopefully shut down PV.
Albert Falzarano shows blitz, but they run away from him around the right side instead. But the Wayne Hills Patriots does a good job there
Kaiser again
to stop
on the
Kaiser on
carry.
his run.
And it's more the same, the first and second down, Wayne Hill stops them for, minimum gain, but then Pascack Valley always converts on the third down conversion. Either that or, if there's a stupid penalty. So Wayne Hills definitely can stop them and definitely can get the ball back in this quarter.
2nd and 8 from the 49-yard line for the Indians. And Paul Kohler, number 7, I don't know what he was doing there. He kind of just arena football, just started running before the snap. I mean, that's really unacceptable for a wide receiver. I mean, all you're really doing is looking into the ball. It's not like you're an offensive lineman that's counting in your head for a snap count. I mean, if you're a wide receiver, just look at the ball and don't go before the ball snaps. So, not a good play there by Paul Kohler, and he's going to set his team back, and they're going to be faced with a 2nd and 13.
That's very rare. I usually never see that, where the receiver just runs up. So, good drive, good play for Wayne Hills right there.
Play action, pump fake, and Christian Avedisian sacks the quarterback, and the ball was fumbled. We'll see who comes up with it. And Wayne Hills does come up with the ball, I believe, as either Nick Tuminello or Ryan Salerno comes up with the ball. Huge play there from Chris Avedisian as he came out of nowhere upon Logan Chuck's backside and forced a fumble.
Christian Avedisian, that was a great play by him. He definitely has been playing well this game. And again, Albert Falzarano stepping up and picking up that fumble. That's a second fumble recovery and a very big one on this game. So now the Patriots are definitely in scoring range. So, I mean, thank God for Christian Avedisian on that play.
That was the big play that the Patriots need, and hopefully Mike Quinn could take advantage of this great field position.
Quinn's going to keep it for himself, breaks a tackle, and dives forward about to almost the 30-yard line. Wow, that was a really good play there from Mike Quinn. It looked like he was going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and then miraculously he dove like 4 yards. So big play there by Quinn.
If you notice, Quinn's wearing a muff, but when he comes out for defense on the sidelines, he puts on a pair of wide receivers gloves, jumps up and down to keep the blood flow and keep his hands warm. I mean, that muff's only going to keep you warm for so long.
2nd and about 9.
Tim Divers on the sideline is wearing pants right now, trying to keep warm the best he can.
Let's not forget, it's a really windy night, so if it does come down to a field goal, it's going to be tough to take advantage of that.
I formation. And there's another, looks like it's probably going to be encroachment on the defense, as the defensive, it is encroachment, so the second time tonight, the Pascack Valley defensive line has jumped early, so Wayne Hill's utilizing the snap count very well tonight so far.
And here we can see, what's going to become of the Pascack Valley collapse, Right now, they're imploding right now because back-to-back penalty, not back-to-back, but a bunch of penalties coming up on this quarter and, just foolish plays by this Pascack Valley defense. So, right now, Wayne Hills definitely has to take advantage of that. I really don't think their heads are in the game.
One wide receiver. They hand it off to Dries as Dries cuts it to the outside. And he's going to be taken down. But he has the first down. That was a good tackle there by number 7, Kohler. It looked like Dries might have broke it open for a bigger run. There's a flag on the play, so we'll see what this is. We'll see if it comes back. Pascack Valley, they're pointing that it's on the Patriots. It is on the Patriots, holding, so that run will be nullified, and the Patriots will be set back from the spot of the foul. If you're just joining us now, it's been a really exciting game. There's 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the game. Wayne Hills has a 14-10 lead over Pascack Valley. Pascack Valley has the ball at their own 39-yard line. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Wayne Hills has the ball. Pascack Valley doesn't have the ball. Wayne Hills has the ball from Pascack Valley's 39-yard line. Horahan and Ogden are the receivers. Quinn throws and it's incomplete, but a flag is thrown. So it looks like number 32, Joe Natelli, is going to get flagged for pass interference.
Flag on the play.
Good call there by the official. I mean, that D-back was all over him, and then he reached over the pad to get it. But that penalty couldn't have come at a better time if the Patriots just got called back for that hold. So now it'll bring them to a more manageable second down.
So it's not pass interference. Instead, it's holding on the defense.
Defensive holding.
And in high school football, they don't list the specific player who commits the foul, so theoretically, it doesn't necessarily mean that the player guarding Justin Horahan was the one who committed the hold. In all likelihood, it was, considering that the flag was thrown right near that man, number 32, Joe Natelli.
And this definitely is a big possession for Wayne Hills. You know, if Pascack Valley stops them, they kick a field goal. It's a one-possession game still. But if they get that touchdown, it'll become a two-possession game and a completely different ball game for Pascack Valley.
They hand it off to Dries. He goes up the middle and gains a yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 coming up for the Patriots. They're not really in field goal position right now, so it's probably two down range right now for the Patriots.
Now poses a big question. Do you go for the expected run up the middle to try to draw 4 yards on the 3rd down, or do you pass?
And, you know, that's an interesting point you bring up, Brian. I think usually in normal weather conditions, the Patriots would pass. But, you know, the air attack has been somewhat non-existent so far tonight, just due to the fact that maybe the weather, maybe something else. So maybe because of that, we'll see a run.
Just to let everybody know that the weather has been getting colder due to the wind.
Timeout, Wayne Hills.
You know, don't be worried if we collapse during the middle of the game. I think it's because we're just dying of the cold air and dying of pneumonia. But don't worry, folks, we'll be okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm willing to lose one of my toes to bring this game to all our fans.
Well, if you hear my voice fading in and out, it's most likely because my hand is shaking and the microphone keeps moving away from my mouth. But again, we can fetch all we want about the cold, but ultimately it's the Warriors on the field who are wearing no Under Armour and are battling through this game playing football. So, you know, I'm sitting here decked out in 2 pairs of pants. I got 2 winter coats on right now and I'm cold. So, but again, you know, we got to really give credit to these players as they're battling through the weather right now. And
they're not feeling it due to the adrenaline rush they're getting from the football field. But, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I don't get much of an adrenaline rush when I'm announcing, so it's a completely different story.
I don't know about you, Sean, but my adrenaline's pumping right now. Play action. Quinn rolls to his right. He's going to keep it for himself. And he goes into the middle of the field. He's going to be tackled. We'll see if he has enough for the first down. He does have enough for the first down. Good job there by the Patriots.
Now, not only is Mike Quinn good at running outside the pocket and throwing it, as we just saw, he could run outside of the pocket and get a significant gain. Before coming into this game, he had about 198 rushing yards with 2 rushing touchdowns, which is pretty impressive considering how much Wayne Hills rarely runs it with the quarterback.
And thank God for the offensive line. They've been stepping it up. You know, there hasn't been a sack in this quarter, I don't believe, for the Patriots. So offensive line has been doing a great job.
They're going to give it to the fullback, the up man. Not a big gain, maybe 1 if anything. So it's going to be 2nd and long for the Patriots.
And I just overheard the Pascack Valley coaches that are above us, you know, they pointed out that, I mean, I heard them scream that this kid is killing us, meaning Mike Quinn, you know, because he is like a Mike Vick or a Jeff Garcia, you know, he can run it and pass it. So, you know, it's a toss-up for where he's going to go. He's either going to run it or is he going to pass it. So these offensive and defensive coordinators up here are just baffled.
2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 for the Patriots. Brian Ogden in motion. They give Ogden the ball, and he's going to be tackled after a gain of maybe
Ogden
1 or
on the
2. So
carry.
Wayne Hills will be faced with a 3rd and long.
Number 11, Chris Hart on the tackle.
And looking forward, hypothetically speaking, if the Patriots are unable to convert here on 3rd down, it should be interesting to see if they go for it on 4th or if they kick a field goal. I think this is in Tim Divers' field goal range. And a field goal converted, a made field goal will make the score 17-10. And then Pascack Valley will be able to tie the game with a touchdown. And they can even score a touchdown, go for a 2-point conversion to win the game. So there's 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. As you see there, Matt Rubin, the center, approached the ball. One of the unsung heroes here on this Wayne Hills Patriots team. But before Rubin can snap the ball, Wayne Hills takes a timeout to discuss what they're going to do here on 3rd and 8.
Now, guys, do you think that it's wise for Coach Olson to burn 2 of his 3 timeouts before we even know that this may come down to a crunch time game where they need those timeouts? Do you think those timeouts are too valuable to be burning right now?
Well, you know, we see this all the time at all levels of football. Timeouts are so valuable, but, you know, that brings up the debate of, well, do you risk taking a delay of game or snapping a bad play in terms of the opposing personnel? Do you take a timeout to fix that, or do you save it for the end of the game, but you risk a delay of game or a botched play? So, you know, I think that's one of those debates that, you know, will last in football forever. And I think that taking the timeout is the better option at this point in the game, because it's a high risk to run a play that you know you can take a timeout and run a better play.
And you know, I just had a little conversation with Tim Divers' dad. I asked him what Tim's range was, and he said he's hit 45 yarders, and the wind is going in favor of Tim. So hopefully, you know, if it does come down to a field goal, you know, Tim definitely has the range.
3 wide receivers at the top. Tom DeBianca now moves in motion. Quinn throws, and it's complete to Ronnie Drees. Great catch there by Ronnie Drees. That ball was thrown behind him. He had to spin around and grab it. So he gains a couple more yards. It's going to be 4th and maybe 2 or 3. So Wayne Hills will have a decision to make here, and they're keeping their offense on the field. So they're not going to go for the field goal, as it looks like Mike Quinn's going to stay on the field.
Now, this is a pretty bold move, considering if they took the field goal, which they are going to take the field goal. So that's what I was saying. I think they should take the field goal due to the fact that if they do make this, they're going to be up by 7 points, which will put them up by a touchdown. I think it's worth rather than risking it on the 4th down.
A field goal from about
pivotal moment here in this game. Tim Divers will take his first field goal attempt of the game. This is going to be a 37-yard attempt. Last time Tim Divers attempted a field goal against Pascack Valley, they blocked it. High snap. The kick is up. Will it have enough juice? It hits the crossbar and goes over. Tim Divers converts on the field goal. It just had enough power, and Wayne Hills takes a 17-10 lead with just under 4 minutes to go in the game.
What a lucky turn of events for the Patriots. That is just
seconds remaining in the game.
Put the ball where it had to be. Unfortunately, that was a 50-50 shot. He hits the crossbar. It could bounce forward. It could bounce backwards. Luckily, it bounces backwards, but that's a great job there by Tim Divers, because in the end, he comes down with 3 points that puts the Patriots up by a touchdown.
What a kick by Tim Divers. I'm in shock, you know. You know, it had the distance. From this view, you really can't tell if it's like wide left or wide right, but right through the middle, Tim Divers, 37-yarder. Wow.
And, you know, I bet, you know, for Tim Divers, when that ball hit the crossbar, you know, he must have been thinking, that must have been an eternity for him. For him, probably felt like that ball was just sitting there, just deciding if it's going to go left or, you know, over. And fortunately for the Patriots, the football, you know, you can never tell the way footballs are going to bounce since they're not round. It bounced in the way of the in the direction for the Patriots. You know, maybe that's a sign that the Patriots are just meant to win this game. So now Tim Divers will take this kickoff as he boots it. It's going to be fielded at the 13-yard line by Kohler. Kohler gets to maybe the 30-yard line, so Pascack Valley will have decent field position to start off on.
But, you know, one thing the Wayne Hills Patriots didn't do is, you know, they left the game in Pascack Valley's hands, not their hands, you know. Now Pascack Valley has a chance with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to score the ball. So, Wayne Hills definitely has to stop him right now. Definitely. This is very crucial.
So 1st and 10 here for Pascack Valley with 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the game. They need to score a touchdown to tie. Play action. They throw and complete to the wide receiver across the first down marker at the 43-yard line. Good job there by Logan Shuck on the bootleg.
First down, Indians.
Now the Indians are going to fall back on their passing game as the clock ticks down to about 3:40. So this is the point where you really want the Patriots defense to step up one last time, get them to stop that drive, and then hopefully the offense can milk the clock down. But that's going to require a big stop by the Patriots defense.
This one's handed off to Kaiser as Kaiser gains 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for Pascack Valley. Good run there by Kaiser.
And, right now, it isn't a 3rd down, but they definitely have to stop him here. They cannot give up a 1st down because then Pascack Valley will have all the momentum in the world right now, getting on 2 1st down conversions. So they have to stop him right now.
So with 3 minutes to go in the game, Pascack Valley still in their own territory. 2nd and 5, 2 wide receivers in. Play action. They throw and complete to number 33, Moorberg.
That's going to keep the clock moving, though, because he wasn't able to get out of bounds. Pascack Valley does have all of their timeouts, however, so that they'll be able to stop the clock with that. The clock will continue as they stay in bounds.
It will be 3rd and about 3.
And right now, another crucial moment for Wayne Hills. If they get the ball back on the punt, they have all the time in the world to run the clock down. They have all the space in the world. But if they don't, Pascack Valley would be in great field position. Not great field position, but field position where they could keep going and eventually score a touchdown. So they definitely have to stop them here.
3rd and 3, big play here. They're going to have a quarterback keeper, and I don't think Logan Shuck has enough for the 1st down. It depends on the mark. It depends on the spot. And let's see, are they going to... It looks like they're going to call it a 1st down. Nope, they're not going to call it a 1st down. It's going to be 4th and inches. So, with a minute 45 to go, it's obvious that Pascack Valley is going to go for a 4th down. So here's a huge play. To put it into perspective, if Wayne Hills stops Pascack Valley here, that might be it from Patriot Stadium, and the Wayne Hills Patriots might just go on to the state championship. So there's a huge play upcoming. Pascack Valley takes a timeout.
PV is going to burn a timeout here. I mean, it's pretty obvious that they're going to run it here, probably a quarterback keeper. But all the fans are on the feet because this is the play of the game that will decide what happens. If the Patriots are, in fact, able to stop them on this 4th and inches, then they'll take over on offense and they'll be able to milk the clock and end this game up by 7. But it all depends on this one play of the game.
And, thank God this is a great game. This is my last announcing game at home for Wayne Hills, and thank God it's a great one. This is probably the best game of the season for the Wayne Hills Patriots, and I'm happy that I get to announce a real close game compared to a blowout. So this is a great moment for me.
And Sean, in my 4 years here with Wayne Hills TV, I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say this is the best game I've ever seen as a football fan. So here we go. Big play here. 4th and inches. We'll see what Pascack Valley does. If Wayne Hills can stop them, they'll get the ball back and may be able to run out the clock. Logan Shuck is under center. He hands it off, and there's not going to have enough. The handoff went to Kaiser, and Kaiser's going to be short. The Wayne Hills Patriots takes over on downs. And with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining, we'll see if the Patriots are able to run out the clock. And now the official changeover is made, and Wayne Hills gets the ball. Huge stop there by Wayne Hills.
That's the nail in the coffin. That's the stamp on the ticket that the Patriots are going to go to the state finals. The Patriots are going to take over here with great field position, but they don't have any of that in mind. They're just going to run down the clock here. I mean, I was impressed with the game tonight. You guys couldn't have asked for a better game. It was down to the last minute as a minute and 30 remained, so I'm impressed with PV and what they brought out. They brought out the most competition I've seen all year against these Patriots.
And we see all the Patriots faithful leaving, they don't want to stay for the rest of the game because it is brutally cold. But hopefully nothing bad happens, where there's a fumble or any turnovers. Knock on wood. So hopefully the Patriots, blow the clock down all the way down. Depending how many timeouts Pascack Valley has.
Pascack Valley takes a timeout, so we're not really in kneel down
Fuller
territory
on the
yet.
tackle.
So there is a chance that Pascack Valley could possibly theoretically get the ball back, depending on how many timeouts they have.
Timeout, Pascack Valley.
That was their second timeout, which means that they have one remaining. So just putting this into perspective, if the Patriots run the ball right now, maybe, and don't gain the first down, Pascack Valley will call a timeout. It'll be 3rd and 8 then. So I don't think the Patriots can actually fully run out the clock on their own. I think, but again, Pascack Valley, if they get the ball back, they'll have no timeouts and really no time. So it'll really take a miracle for them to do well. And I just want to say something now. On that big 4th down stop, public address announcer, Mr. Mezzi, he usually says on tackles it was made by 1 or 2 players. And on that time, that play, he said the tackle was made by a host of Patriots. I think that's significant in that really wasn't a solo player's effort. That was the defense collectively making a stop for Wayne Hills football. So they hand it off to Ronnie Drees, but we're going to have a whistle before the play.
And these refs are just making it a longer game for us here in the booth.
It's going to be a false start on Wayne Hills.
False start against the Patriots.
That stops the clock, of course, for now, and sets the Patriots back a couple of yards.
So like you mentioned, Dan, Pascack Valley, they will probably see the ball once more, but they're going to see it without their timeouts and in bad field position. I think that their fans think that it's over because they're pouring out right now, and they think that the game's over.
Not an optimistic group of people across the way, as you're right, they're all heading out to beat the traffic, so not much optimism over there. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go in the game. And for the 3rd time tonight, Pascack Valley jumps off sides,
Prior to the snap.
and that will give Wayne Hills some more yards.
The Patriots there realized that
Encroachment
he was
by the
offsides, and the
defense.
line just stands up. Mike Quinn stands up and walks away and waits for the flag before it was even thrown. That was just an obvious offside, so that's going to make up for it and make it 2nd and about 8.
And right here, Wayne Hills definitely has to keep in mind that they have to, hold the ball, grip it very tightly, because it is cold weather. You do lose control of your feeling. You lose feeling of your hands and your arms. So, definitely Wayne Hills has to have a tight grip on that ball, and hopefully not fumble it.
So it's going to be 2nd and 8. Still no time has come off the clock since the past 2 penalties have gone. They actually put 2 seconds on the clock. Now there's 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining. Additionally, the scoreboard says it's 2nd and 50, but I don't believe it's actually 2nd and 50. It's 2nd and 8 instead. DeBianca moves in motion. They give it to Drees, and we're going to have another flag here as the Patriots are having difficulties just getting off a basic run.
And, this is... Oh, sorry, Brian, but they're just teasing us over here. I just want to go
Flag
home.
on the play, illegal
we do have
procedure
to,
against the Patriots.
unset up everything, but I just want to go home. I just want to sleep and hopefully focus on the state championship game. But these referees over here are making it a little bit harder for us to do that by keeping the penalties coming, keeping these yellow flags thrown up in the air. So hopefully this ends.
So we'll see if Wayne Hills can get a rushing play off this time without committing a false start. They give to Drees, and this play is false start free as Drees keeps the ball
Drees on the carry.
and gets to the original line of scrimmage. And Pascack Valley takes their final timeout.
Pascack Valley, there's a point where you get in a game where you know you lost. Just admit defeat. Go home with your heads held high and be, respected. They're just burning timeouts now. They're not going to win. There's a minute left. They just burned their last timeouts. The Patriots could run another time. That's going to bring it down to 30 seconds. You're not going to get anything. Just go home with respect.
Well, there's 1 minute and 14 seconds to go in the game. The Patriots right now are looking at a 3rd and 12, maybe a 3rd and 11. So, obviously the Patriots aren't intending for the first down. Obviously, if they get a first down, that would end the game, and it would be a pleasant surprise for the Patriots. So, Pascack Valley is going to get the ball back, I believe, one more time in this game, but they're going to have very little time. I formation behind Quinn. Play action. Quinn's going to keep it for himself as he's still on his feet, moving down the right side of the field. And there's an experienced play by Mike Quinn as he goes down on his own to avoid being pushed out of bounds and to keep the clock running. That's an experienced play by a junior quarterback in Mike Quinn.
Great job by Mike Quinn. Everybody was expecting a simple draw up the middle to Ronnie Dries, but Mike does a nice keeper outside. He breaks the tackle, and the most important thing is he didn't try to take the hit and get into the end zone, try to make some outrageous juke. He went down and stayed in bounds. That was the most important part of that play. He picked up the first down. The clock's going to run down to about 30 seconds, so the Pascack Valley will not see the ball anymore for the rest of the game.
And I saw Mike Quinn very close to the sidelines, and I was hoping that he would just slide down. And second, I thought that he did slide down, and very good QB instincts by Mike Quinn. Very good QB instincts, and he saved the game for Wayne Hills because, maybe if he went for the hit, it could have been fumbled or something, something devastating. So thank God that Mike Quinn used his brain on that play.
Well, I said before that the Patriots obviously were not intending to get a first down, but obviously if they did, it would be a pleasant surprise, and well, that was the pleasant surprise. That was not a play that was intended for a first down, and Mike Quinn said, you know what, I'm not going to go down easily. I'm going to be tenacious, and I'm going to go get myself a first down. So with 1 second to go, the game is now over. Your final score here from Patriot Stadium, Wayne Hills 17, Pascack Valley 10. And with that win, their 51st consecutive win in a row, the Wayne Hills Patriots will now play 2 weeks from now for the state championship against either Lakeland or Sparta.
Wayne Hills, you just can't say enough. They definitely earned this state championship that they're about to go to. The players played their heart out tonight. It was a pretty low-scoring game, 17-10. No, Sean and our prediction wasn't even close, so don't listen to us. I'm looking forward to seeing them in the finals to see what they could do. Hopefully it'll be a little warmer for us and them, and we can see a high-scoring game. Overall, I think that the breakout player was Tom DiBianca. We all had it wrong. But the defense, Albert Falzareno had 2 key fumble recoveries. There was just so many plays. All of them contributed. I'm just going to say the player of the game is the entire team.
Brian, you took the words out of my mouth, and, I just want to end this post-game show very quickly. So I just want to say see you at the state championships at either Giant Stadium or Rutgers, and hopefully Wayne Hills plays the same way they did tonight.
From all of us here at Wayne Hills TV, we had our biggest crew in history tonight. So we hope you enjoyed our broadcast, and don't go anywhere because we have postgame coming up, so stay tuned.
Wayne Hills winning 17-10. Tom, the star of tonight's game. 2 touchdowns. What was going through your mind when you scored those 2 touchdowns?
I'm just trying to, execute the plays just to help out our team, so just get as much yards as I can.
Now, Brian Ogden, Justin Horahan, and Ronnie Dries, 3 big players on this team, were very quiet tonight. They didn't do too much on offense. How important was it for you to step it up tonight and get your team a victory?
Well, it's very important. Everybody's got to do their part, but I just try to get in there and just fill in for whatever anybody can do.
All right, now, in the fourth quarter, there was a sticky situation. You guys were up, or you were down, rather, 10-7 going into the fourth quarter. You haven't faced any adversity like this the whole year, for that matter, the last 3 years. What was it going through your minds on the sidelines there as you knew you had to come back?
Well, we knew we had the ability to come back. We were just hoping that we just get the chance. So, luckily, we were able to do it and come out to victory.
Now, Tom, viewers at home, you guys see me bundled up here, freezing. Tom, how did you play the game without any sleeves at all?
It was tough, but I just didn't want to have anything slick, so I'd fumble the ball. So, I had to stick it out.
All right, last question, Tom. Obviously, a huge game tonight, big victory. What can you take from this game into the state championship against either Lakeland or Sparta?
Well, it shows that our team's got a lot of character, and we stick through the games. We never quit, so it's it was a good victory to show what we really are.
Okay, thank you, Tom DiBianco. We'll let you get into the warm locker room. That's all from Wayne Hills High School. The Patriots beat Pascack Valley in a classic, 17-10. For everyone at the Wayne Hills TV club, we give you credit for sticking it out through the cold weather. See you at Giant Stadium for the state championship.